Hello and welcome everyone back again for another Sugar Free League match. This time it's the grand finals. Akuma Blades here versus 18K. We've also got a new caster joining us tonight. Very excited to have him here. You don't get to see a new caster in the SFL every day, but very nice. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and we'll get into the draft.
What's going on, guys? This is ageking coming at you, casting this game, looking to have a lot of fun. Finals, first cast with the whole entire organization. Should be a fun time.
Yep, and to start things off, looks like we got a first pick Kaisa here out of Akuma Blades. As after the Yorick, Nico, Kled bans for them, and on the other side, 18K going to Hecarim, Renekton, and Thresh bans. Forgot to put the sound on. Nice. And the Sejuani going to be picked up after that here. So it looks like Akuma going ahead to put some priority on that bot lane. And of course, the old faithful Sejuani in the jungle for every competitive team, basically. And I think the Aatrox top lane, so seems to be a pretty standard draft so far from both sides.
Yeah, it looks like Aatrox is going to be top, most likely. They could always flex it. Oh, changing to the Misfortune. Misfortune is one of my favorite AD carries. I play her a lot in solo queue. She's packs a very heavy punch in the bot lane. Maybe that's what they're going for. They could play through bot lane early game. Could really put Kaisa behind.
Yeah, the Kaisa certainly does have quite a bit of trouble, laning against Misfortune with a little bit of range advantage there. Lots of damage here. Looks like we might get the old trusty Jarvan in the jungle. See it pretty much every game, it feels like. And there we go. Gonna pick it up here, so not any aggressive junglers here. No big Kha'Zix damage carriers or anything in there yet. Maybe going to be securing a bot lane here for Akuma. Alistar, an interesting pickup. Still lots of, good stuff, but looks like maybe Rematch wants to get onto the Alistar, get some playmaking going. They already banned away the Thresh, so he's going to pick up that Alistar to make sure he can get in there, make some aggressive plays in the bot lane, make some roams happen, maybe combining with that Jarvan.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of need a tanky CC type of support to deal with Misfortune. Otherwise, she gets that ultimate off, she's going to absolutely destroy. If it was like something like a Sona without any CC till level 6 or only her ultimate. Someone with more reliable CC. Shen. Could be a Shen support, could be a Shen top. I like the flex pick in the third pick. We'll see. I don't know if you're aware of what he normally picks in the top lane, if he's up to Shen. But could be a top lane Shen as well as support.
Definitely could be flexed there. I'd assume it would be a top lane Shen, but who knows? Maybe Toons will take it down there. I saw top lane Shen yesterday. I was casting a series, and I saw top lane Shen, I think, 2 or 3 games in a row. He picked into a losing matchup every single game and got basically dumpstered in the lane, was able to make some great plays across the map that helped him pick up the win for his team in a few of those games there. But looks like get the Azir and Sylas bans, now focusing a little bit on mid lane, it appears. Obviously, Sylas could be flexed a little bit, but Azir, a powerhouse in the mid lane, give you some crazy late game compositions and would make up for some of the weaknesses. His Misfortune does a lot of damage, but sometimes she can't do the damage in late game that you need here. So the Akali going to be banned away as well. And then Akuma going to throw out the last ban here in a couple seconds. But things shaping up so far to be pretty standard for Akuma. A few interesting picks here for 18K, but we'll see what they pair in the support role in the bot lane. I think that they could have a very aggressive bot lane there and maybe get some advantages. We were talking a little bit about this early on here about the bot laners. Maybe Akuma will have an advantage there. We'll see if they do. Rematch has had some great performances, but obviously so has 18K. They're obviously in the finals, so you can never count them out, right?
For sure.
They definitely earned their spot here.
Let's see.
And
interested to see what they pick up here.
Syndra was banned away as well, so pretty much 4 mid lane bans. Obviously, Sylas and Akali can be flexed a little bit, but it seems like both of these guys are focusing on the solo lanes, as that is what is still up here. Orianna, safe blind pick here for 18K. Char going to grab that in the mid lane for himself. And now Fluke does have the counter pick here in the mid lane. Oh, could get a spicy Yasuo pickup. That does have a lot of synergy with the composition so far.
Yeah, could be. Could be. And then they could get something like an Ornn Malphite top. Oh, okay. Just throws that out to bait us.
Yeah, just a little bit of bait here. Gonna be the Kennen instead. So a lot of team fight, wombo combo potential, it sort of seems for Akuma. You go in with a Jarvan Alistar, the Kennen follows up. That seems like a pretty intense combination to deal with here. But on the other side, you also have the Sejuani Orianna, so a lot of big team fighting ultimates here. Didn't even mention the Misfortune. Big team fighting ultimates picked up so far for both sides, as the Corki going to be locked in. So more scaling for Akuma. Corki received a few nerfs on the base AD, but still very strong. And once he gets late game, still going to tear you apart. So Akuma definitely have a ridiculous team comp in the late game, on those team fighting scenarios, especially here. The split push going to be decent with a cannon, but not a high pressure point.
I would actually like to see Corki take cleanse in this matchup. There's a lot of things that could catch him out guard, and that's the only way he basically dies. Like, getting caught by Sejuani ultimate, a flash taunt from Shen, something like along those lines.
Okay,
I mean, he could go ignite, really try to stomp on Orianna. Okay, he seems to be going for a teleport instead.
Gonna be the teleport here. I've seen a lot of teleport play recently. Triple TP in some of the games recently. With the AD carry taking the teleport. No unsealed spellbook meta where we had like 5 TPs basically.
Oh man,
everyone but the jungle basically, but sometimes even the jungler would have it. Those were the days, right? But now just the 2 gonna be for the solo laners here, and it looks like the AD carries will stick with the heal to focus on that 2v2. But Brand Misfortune up against Kai'Sa Alistar definitely seems like a very active bottom lane. One way or the other.
Gonna be volatile. I think that's a great pickup by them. It gives them a really volatile lane. I think they have the opportunity to get a kill lead in bot lane. It could go wrong if Alistar gets his CC off the right way at the right times, but I would say definitely Brand and Misfortune have a stronger lane for kill pressure anyway.
Yeah, they do have a very scary duo there, but while the Brands scales because of the max health damage, the Misfortune does to some degree, but not as much as the Kai'Sa Corki late game. So I do worry about the late game for 18k personally here. It's not like a hard timer on them, I think, but once you get to those late game situations, it feels a little bit harder for them to win the game here. But should be a great game number 1. We got a full best of 5 lined up for you guys here. I don't know if we'll go the full 5. We've had a couple 3-0s in the past, but we've also had the full series, so we'll see what happens. Should be a good one. Hopefully we'll get off to a great start here. Akuma Blades versus 18k. Akuma going to be on that left side of your screen, and 18k going to be on that right side of your screen to start things off here. So we'll take a short break, and we'll come back for game number 1 in just a couple minutes here. Going to be an exciting one. Stick around, and we'll have some great gameplay for you guys in just a couple minutes. Okay, welcome back. We're in game here. Akuma Blades versus 18K. Looks like Akuma going to stack for a counter invade. 18K just going to go ahead and set up 5 across. And why don't we give it... We didn't even do the player introductions. Why don't we go ahead and do that for Akuma Blades here. We've got Salted Tangerine up in the top lane. In the jungle, some carry. In the mid lane, going to be Fluke. Bot lane, we got Legoat James, the support rematch. And for 18K?
For 18K, we got Jung Tao in the top lane playing Shen. We have Sobugi in the jungle playing Sejuani. We got Char Sensei in the mid lane playing Orianna. Of course, it's Illume playing Miss Fortune AD carry, and Brand being played by Toons as support.
And speaking of that support, Brand going to be the Electrocute, so definitely going to focus on those all-ins, not just the poke with the Comet, the Airy. So very much looking for that all-in kill, I think, at some point in the laning phase here. But the jungler is going to be on the red buffs to start things off. Both those guys, the Sejuani looks like to be going leashless, so they won't know where she is to start things off. Some carry heading over the Krugs. So kind of, you know, pretty standard jungle pathing it seems to start things off.
Yeah, Kennen's going to make it a little difficult for Shen to farm in the early game. Once he gets a couple items, he should be able to survive there, provided he doesn't get killed a couple times.
Certainly. Going to be that Klepto Kennen. Pretty much standard now. Grasp on the Shen. Nothing really to mention on the runes other than that. Fleet footwork in the mid lane for the Corki. But Corki's kind of one of those champions, I think, matchup dependent on the runes. And sometimes personal preference. But, yeah, nothing crazy to start things off other than that here. But level 2 advantage here for 18K, trying to take a little bit of advantage of that. A few autos coming out of Toons, but nothing major. And the Sejuani going for that red to blue into the Gromp. So getting double buffs nice and early to make sure those aren't stolen away.
Blue team does lack vision here in the bot side river if she wanted to make a play for it. Of course, she doesn't know that. She doesn't have the overhead view like we do, but Jarvan making an aggressive play into the jungle. We'll see what happens over here. Not going to be spotted out just yet.
Looks like the Jarvan going to try and steal away that Raptor camp. Scuttle's spawning in a few seconds here. And the Sejuani making a ping. She wants to go bot side, grab that Scuttle there. So it looks like it'll just be a trade of the Scuttles in the top and bot side. Top for the Jarvan, bot side for the Sejuani. And with priority in the bot lane, makes sense. You know, obviously, Sejuani probably wanted to give priority to that bot lane. That's why she went for the red buff. And now that they have that priority, that's why she's going bot lane for that Scuttle. It looks like she might invade on the Raptors here, so the jungler's trading a lot here so far. It looks like be pretty much dead even in the farm. No major advantages gained.
Yeah, let's see if Sejuani leaves the Raptor, one Raptor up like Jarvan did. That actually really messes up the second spawn of the Raptors. So Sejuani will have to clear that. If she leaves one up, it would do the same for Jarvan. Hopefully she does.
Yeah, she will do that, it looks like.
Decision. Yes.
Makes it annoying. You come over to the Raptor camp and you just got to kill that one little chicken. Very, very sad.
Yeah, you get like 5 XP, then have to wait the entire spawn time. You can't do that with any other camp except for wolves.
You can do it for. I think you can do it for Krugs. You got to leave the small Krug that spawns, but that gives you like 3 Krugs, I guess, so it's a little better.
Yeah, well, typically people always clear that, and then there's just like the last stage, which is the 4, which those they'll sometimes leave because that will not interrupt it. The 4 smallest Krugs, baby Krugs, however you want to call them.
It's like the Russian nesting dolls. It's like the level 2, level level 3, level 1.
Health advantage mid lane for Orianna.
Yeah, she's definitely taken some favorable trades there. Fluke out of potions, as he just had the one with the Dorn's Blade. But top lane, you know, not a big health advantage with the Shen down 15, 20 CS right now, 36 to 15 at the moment. So a significant advantage there for the Kennen. Obviously, it's expected, but it is a little bit overwhelming. I mean, that is a pretty large margin even for this matchup. Shen's catching it a little bit with this big wave at his tower, but certainly not going to get all of those because some are at odd health, and that's just, you know, kind of tough in this matchup, but that's a large lead for the Kennen this early on, especially with the Klepto stacks he's getting.
Yeah, you got to know when to go for the trades as Shen, when to go for the CS and when not to. I mean, he's at full HP. He's not really even at risk of a dive here. So I would like to see him play slightly more aggressive, lose a little bit more health for a little bit more farm, but as long as he catches this wave, he won't be too far behind.
some carries here maybe looking for a gank, but he's just walking through. He's saying, hey, everyone, how's it going? Don't mind me. Got a Mountain Dragon first, so that's going to be a pretty important objective here. The junglers, both bot side, going to maybe meet up, say hello as well. Make some introductions.
Sejuani actually has more combat stats right now because she opted to go for the Balmy Cinder. She'll survive a lot longer in a team fight than Jarvan will. Jarvan does have a little bit more damage, but a lot more invested in actual combat stats, whereas Jarvan invested in the Stalker's Blade to be able to farm better and possibly smite someone, which could be useful for crowd control.
Yeah, that slow can be, crucial in getting that kill, and sometimes that first kill can change everything here as we get...
Jarvan steals the scuttle, I believe. Hey, oh no, he didn't get it. Sejuani got it.
Very nice for them. So with this Vision bot side, though, I think, and that scuttle now picked up, this is actually setting up to be really... Hold on.
On top lane under tower. Good first blood by Shen. Barely even had a chance to see him do that. We have a DC. We're going to have a pause here.
Quick DC from the mid laner here. It's the mid laner from 18K. So Char Sensei is having... Actually, just reconnected, so should be ready in a second here to go, yeah. So, a nice solo kill, though, by the Shen top side there. Taunted the Kennen under tower, flashed out, but Salted Tangerine, fell to that last tower shot. So, after suffering majorly in the CS department here, and just the overall gold in that lane, he gets a huge solo kill. That's going to help him out quite a bit to come back from this deficit now.
It looks like Shen flash taunted him as well. So, it was a very good play by him. Gonna give him some much needed relief in the top lane, though I don't think it's gonna be like he can CS for free either. Just depends. I think junglers should make a play around there. The only problem is this Mountain Drake is kind of higher priority. But now would be a great time to make a force on top lane for either side, considering both flashes are down.
Yeah, the flash is very important cooldowns. Got to keep track of those, so definitely makes sense to make a play. TPs are available for those guys here, as well as the mid laners. So with this dragon up, they may want to keep those. And we might have a huge bot side play, I think, at some point in the near future here, especially with ultimates coming up soon for the bot laners, about to hit level 6. I think that might be the mark here. Standing United for Shen available as well. So I think this is all sort of leading up to a big fight bot side over this Mountain Dragon.
Yeah, if we do have a team fight, I think it's important to keep your eyes on Miss Fortune. She's going to be one of the most important team fight ultimates. I mean, between her and Orianna, they could basically take over the fight if they get a good combo. The problem is they have a lot of ways to cancel her ultimate, whether it's Jarvan, EQ, Kennen stun, either of Alistar's 3 base spells. A lot of ways to stop it, but if she can position well and she, her brand can peel her, she could potentially kill multiple members of the other team just with her ultimate.
Feels like every single ultimate is hugely important. We got a gank mid lane.
Flash for ultimate. Good trade for blue team.
Very nice here. But it feels like for both sides, every ultimate's very important. I mean, besides Corki, of course, it's important. It's a nice, large portion of his damage, but it's a very short cooldown, right? It's just the rockets. But every other ultimate, it's a decently long cooldown, some more so than others, but like just the AoE damage on them or the tankiness they create, from the Alistar ultimate, is that it's just they're all so key. The cooldowns you got to track for both teams on that one, and if you're able to get off a more impactful ultimate with a big shockwave here or just a big Kennen ultimate, I think that could turn the team fight. Every player has the potential to do that on either side. As both mid laners are going to get blue buffs. You don't often see this, but sometimes the junglers are a little greedy, but this time handing it over.
Yeah, I don't think we were looking at the time, but Miss Fortune hit a bounce Q in the bottom lane, did 200 damage. She just went back and she bought a BF sword. Let's see if she changes her mind. Alright, so she buys this BF sword. Her bounce Qs are going to do like on the order of like 250 to 300 damage, depending on armor. Oh, and pickaxe. She's going to do a lot of damage with those Qs. So you got to watch out for that. If she can execute a minion and it bounces to someone, it's going to do like a third of Kai'Sa's health.
Yeah, so I actually saw Miss Fortune played recently. Well, I maybe have to shut up here because Sejuani's trying a lane gank.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We'll see if she gets for it, but she's going to back now. So I saw Miss Fortune played recently. Was Infinity Edge first and then Black Cleaver next, which I thought was really interesting. I just kind of wacky to me because I thought you'd want to just go Essence Weaver, you're there, but yeah, it was kind of interesting game. So I don't know if that's the build Illumi will go for, but kind of interesting that that was obviously a different player, but We'll see what he
Yeah,
does.
she's probably going for the crit build. She's gonna likely go IE into a like Zeal item.
Yeah, I would imagine my idea would be rapid fire second, or you'd get like IE Essence Reaver. You want to go like full AD and get CDR, but I would imagine Zeal. That would be the logical conclusion to me. But
I'm a huge fan of full AD on Misfortune. I like to go lethality even early game. Then your bounce Qs make the other team want to FF at 15
Yeah.
sometimes.
I remember preseason when like Comet was busted and stuff, but now we got to fight bot side.
Some in the bot lane. Alistar hits his combo. Jarvan gets in, gets the ultimate, gets the kill onto Brand. Kai'Sa follows up, gets the Misfortune. Teleport's still coming in. Corki onto the Orianna. Kennen hits his ultimate. We have basically the entire team wiped.
Yeah, and that's a
Blue team
huge
with a great
4
team
kills
fight.
for 1 here. The Jarvan's dead, and the other enemy jungler, Suwugi, is still alive here. So this means that Dragon is probably not going to be able to be taken, as Suwugi could steal that one, but still a huge one fight there for Akuma. It actually looks like they're going for the Dragon. This is a little risky here. Suwugi could definitely come in and steal this one away from him. He does have Smite available, but looks like they're going to start the mountain.
Alistar being on this team means Sejuani should realistically never get anywhere close. They have vision over there. Alistar can just W her away, but we'll see. Alistar does seem to be zoning properly. Yep, he knows it. He knows Sejuani can't really get past him. Good pickup by the blue team.
The Alistar definitely makes that take much, much easier here, but Suwugi not going to attempt it. Well done. A Mountain Dragon, 4 kills. That feels like a great start here for Akuma, especially when you're the team. I feel like that would be expected to lose these fights early on in the game here with, the Shen coming in with his ultimate here, the big damage you're going to get from Misfortune early game. But now this kill, huge item spikes are going to come in here. You got the Storm Razor already on the Kai'Sa. Corki going to work towards that Triforce. Still got a ways to go on that, but he's getting pretty close here. Should have it on the next back, I would imagine, if he farms up at a steady pace. And now the next dragon will be another mountain, but we got a gank in the mid lane.
Orianna, no flash, up soon. Uses her ultimate. Sejuani is here. Don't know if she's going to have the damage to finish that off, so it's just going to be a free kill in the mid lane.
Yep, well done. Great combo there by Rematch comes in. Doesn't even have to use his flash. They find the kill. Probably knew that it was down from earlier on here. This Tune's going in.
Brand hits the combo. Kai'Sa ults onto him. Flashes. Misfortune might be able to clean this up. Oh, All-Star's here, though. Tragedy strikes for red team in the bot lane.
Yeah, that's huge. 4 kills now, but it's all in the top side. They're not done. Assault the Tangerine going to find that kill there. Well done. I feel like Brand's going to have, or the Shen's going to have some flashbacks of that play there. Probably already endured 1 storm this week. And now he's got to do a second one. But well done in the bot lane there. Rematch goes to mid lane, goes to bot lane, helping everyone out, getting his carries pretty fed here. And Suwugi going to push back Fluke off that turret. Actually going to find the ultimate. And a flash away from Fluke there. But the bot lane going to get some damage on the plates. And the Kennen going to do the same here. So Akuma continuing to grow that lead. The goal lead already almost 4K. Actually over 4K. They're doing pretty well for themselves at just 13 minutes. Akuma looking strong. Reftero going to be summoned topside here for Akuma as well. Going to try and throw that into the turret. Give her a nice headbutt there. And they will find the first turret. So very nicely done there. The Jarvan going for that warrior. So he is going to benefit off that gold quite a bit here. And now the backline's got to worry about another threat. You know, the Kai'Sa, the Corki, the Kennen wasn't enough. They got to worry about this Jarvan here. He's picking up some 80. Looks like he's going to go for Cleaver second after this warrior. But now, Akuma camping this brush.
Waiting in the brush. Looks like they're going to get it. Oh, Star misses the Q, but Misfortune does have her ultimate. This could be a time to turn. Almost gets the kill. Kai'Sa has to flash away. Alistar's still not safe.
Looks like he's going to go down here. One last out of the shutdown for Illumi. Now this could be an opportunity to take down this turret in the bot lane, as Char Sensei has rotated to join them. But the Kennen moving down, Salt Tangerine should be able to defend this. So 18k going to back off. Good rotations there to compensate. Fluke and Salt Tangerine all over that.
Honestly, good capitalization from red team. Once Alistar missed that Q, his only way of getting in was using that W, and then he didn't really have any follow-up. So red team sees this, takes the advantage, and just gets the kill.
Yep, very nicely done there. Illumi not quite enough gold for Infinity Edge here. Gets the Berserker Greaves and a bunch of AD items here and a crit cloak to boot. So he's a little bit behind on the item timings. His Triforce already being completed for Fluke. Goat James already on the Storm Razor, plus the components for his next item, which you'd imagine would be the Rage Blade here, and Salted Tangerine. He's already got 2 items here, the Proto Belt and the Zonias. So while a lot of gold did come in for Illumi there, he's not where he really needs to be in the item timings to stand up to the enemy team right now.
Yeah, Misfortune smartly playing it safe back here. Corki seems to use the package in the mid lane as wave clear, but not going to mean much, but I would presume the cooldown was almost up there.
It's usually the sign of a package being almost up, is like he just used it randomly to cut back to lane or clear a minion wave. But not able to quite find the timing. Salted Tangerine didn't have TP yet, neither did Fluke, so the package not as effective. You can't set up as big a play. So makes sense. Just get it for the minion killing potential. But
25 seconds on this Mountain Drake.
Huge play bot side here. Stand United coming in.
Shen's gonna ult. Misfortune already used her flash. A really bad spot.
And now I think they might be able to grab this bot lane turret. They have the Fluke here to try and DPS is down. Rematch goes over the wall, but I think he's just going to back out here. But with this minion wave reinforcing, we could probably take out this bot side turret unless they want to play it safe and just go to the dragon instead. It looks like that's their decision here. And
definitely the safer decision. Kennen gets a free turret top as well, so he's going to keep pressure. Someone's going to have to back. They could even rotate to the bot turret right after dragon if they wanted.
And it looks like their second mount is really powerful. That means that the Baron is just going to melt, especially when you have a Kaisa Corki DPSing that thing down. That objective is just going to it's going to die so fast that you have to be super on top of it if you are 18k when that does come up. And with map control, you would assume Akuma will have at that time of the game. It's going to be very, very hard for 18k to keep them from taking that. And, you know, they have a lot of team fighting wombo combo potential, but they are significantly behind in gold as we can play mid lane.
Start with the flash, hits the combo, he's running away. Sejuani follows up. Looks like this might be a dead Alistar. Orianna ult hits too. Brand ult's on. Looks like Alistar's going to be the sacrificial cow this fight.
And that's a little bit of a quick trigger finger there. They go in. They're going to get punished for it. The kill on the Alistar and the mid lane turret. That's huge, equalizing the pressure there. It's going to give 18k a little bit more, you know, sort of presence on the map. And they're even looking at the inner. Won't be able to get this, I don't think. But they are killing it rather quickly here. And there's a wave reinforcing. But I think Fluke will deter them. Yep, so they'll back out. That's one turret, though, and a lot of damage on the inner. So well done here for 18k. It's exactly what they needed. And it comes a couple minutes before Baron spawns. So they still got a window to try and get back some of the advantages they lost in the early game here and try and continue to maintain control on some of the maps so that the Baron isn't a possibility right off the bat there for Akuma Blades. And now the item specs are coming in. Misfortune picks up the Infinity Edge here. We'll be able to go back, grab a few more components. And now she's looking decently strong. You're still behind the Kaisa, but she's strong enough at this stage in the game that she can be a force to be reckoned with in these team fights for sure, especially with the impact of her ultimate with that AoE damage.
Yeah, I just want to bring attention to this Shen here. He went Tiamat just so that he can split push the waves faster. This could mean a lot later on when he can wave clear and make plays with his ultimate, but right now with Kennen having his teleport up, it's going to be a similar trade. I mean, a Shen ultimate certainly is better than a teleport for a team fight, but if Kennen gets there and they didn't already win the team fight, it could be disastrous. So we got to keep eyes on that split push as well. See if Shen can get a good ult timing off for the next team fight.
Yeah, the ultimate will certainly be up. It's about to be off cooldown, but he is very squishy. Like if he ults in right now, he's just got Merc Treads and then the health item, like another No Magic Mantle. Like he does not have any tank items yet. He doesn't have a completed item yet. So he's going to be very, very squishy in these team fights at this stage in the game. Whereas that Kennen, well, he's not really a tank, but he's got a zone, he's got a proto belt. He's just as tanky almost as his Shen. It sort of feels. And looks like AG going to grab the inner here, but they are split pushing on the other side. Akuma, pressuring the map in the side lanes.
Overall, I'd say that's very good macro from 18k. I mean, now they're just going to back up and they can defend. They get the turret for free.
Looks like
Orianna does have to be in a dangerous position, though. Let's see. She should check the brush. She does. Okay, Kennen ultimate onto her. Not the end of the world. She did have to flash, but we'll see how that matters for this next team fight.
Looks like Akuma, they have a tough time, I think, breaking this outer turret there in the mid lane. They have decent siege tools in the Corki, but that's really about it. They don't have any other long-range damage. You know, no Caitlyn, it's just a Kaisa, so taking down that turret is gonna take a while, especially with the decent wave clear 18K have. So I think that is really good for 18K at the moment. They can get you know, an easy access to the Baron from the mid lane because of that outer turret existing for them. So that's really nice, especially considering the enemy team doesn't have any turrets in the mid lane still standing besides that inhibitor. So that really helps them out to sort of stabilize this game, stall it out until they can find the team fight they're looking for here. But rematch, setting up some vision here in the river. They are definitely will have that Baron on their minds. There's a Cloud Drake spawning soon, but not really the highest of priority when Baron's on the map. Yeah,
certainly. I think Red Team has a little while left till they can make a comeback team fight, but if they can get a good combo and not get that Misfortune ultimate canceled, get a good Shen ult saving someone, just the DPS on the blue team is just going to be tremendously higher with Corki and Kaisa, so they have to pick their battles very wisely. They're going to start up the Baron.
Double mountain, man.
See how this goes.
Well, Salted Tangerine is on Char Sensei. He has TP, but he might die. A Shen ulti's going to be used, but they take the Baron in the meantime. Salted Tangerine going to go into the Zonias here. It looks like he will go down. Yep, Char Sensei going to pick up that kill here. So while they do get a kill, it's in exchange for a Baron. It's certainly not a trade you're happy with his 18K, but Akuma will take that every day of the week. Well done. They get the Baron here, only on 4 members, but still worth it here. And with Double Mountain, this Baron should be pretty effective once they get that cannon back.
If they're decisive, they can force a fight at Dragon or mid lane. Oh, it looks like Corki's going to put pressure in the top smartly. Going to force Shen to go back. Doesn't look like he's going to have the tempo to do it.
Does not appear so. At the goal lead, about 7K right now. Akuma feel, you know, like they're in control of this one. Flash in here, Jung Tao.
Onto him. We have a close in. Corki doesn't have anywhere to go. He should be dead here. Shen actually does a lot of damage himself with the way he built. They get the kill. Smart. Picking the team apart. So they sacrifice the dragon, but now they have a numbers advantage again. Maybe they go for a fight here. Shen ult's not up, but he does have the teleport. Yeah, blue team's just going to back off.
Char Sensei doesn't have his TP though, so it would be a 4 versus 3, which isn't as favorable. And with the Kaisa being this fed, she could certainly pop off and do some crazy stuff. So not going to risk it. Well done, though. Finding a pick at this time in the Baron, they're continuing to delay the effectiveness of this Baron. So, you know, that trade, that's, you know, 1 man for the Baron is always, you know, suboptimal. But because of the way they're playing at 18K are really eliminating the effectiveness of this Baron right now. They really haven't been able to get anything on the map. So Akuma, like, they are hoping to get a lot more with this than they have at this stage.
Yeah, good macro from 18K. I mean, they were in a pretty bad position. They're putting themselves on much more closer to level footing. After this Baron is when they're probably going to have to take this next fight. The Drake and the Baron are going to spawn at almost exactly the same time, so odds are the Baron's going to be the priority, but they could maybe split the focus of the enemy team. Oh, that's going to be a dead Orianna. Hits the combo. Orianna uses the ultimate to try to survive. Bunch of damage dealt from Brand, but nothing that's going to stick. They did have to burn the heal to save Corki. They used a lot of cooldowns, but I don't know if 18K is going to be able to catch them out here, or if they even want to.
They grab that out of the mid lane here, so really nice for Akuma. They didn't get a ton off this Baron, but it's still decent. And 18K, yeah, just going to call it off. So looks like Fluke could get out okay. Walking all the way back to the fountain, making sure he's not going to get caught while he's backing.
Being extra safe. Doesn't want to die from a random Fog of War Sejuani ult, maybe.
Yeah, he's seen too many of those Reddit clips where Jinx ult comes out of nowhere and just kills you. Even though Jinx isn't in the game, he's still scared of it.
Yeah, you gotta worry. Or Draven, you never know.
Well, okay, maybe a Jarvan here, flashing by some carry, gonna find the kill onto Toons.
That's just an unfortunate lack of vision for Red Team. Jarvan was in the Fog of War. Red Team has wards all around there. And unfortunately, he had a ward right in that brush where he was backing. It's gonna cost them a turret.
Yep. And that's a big pick off there, getting the Brand at that stage here. He's actually got double blasting one in inventory right now, does the Brand. I think he's going to build those into like a Leandries and a Morello, or maybe a Rylai's or something. Those are the items I would think a support Brand would build. But just maxing out on the AP at the moment.
Yeah, Brand does a lot of damage. I mean, in these fights, Brand's been doing a lot of damage, just slightly shy of getting the finishing blows. Oh, so close to the taunt there in top lane.
Jungtao's been good on the Shen so far. A few hiccups in the laning phase, but he sort of recovered with that solo kill, and now he's only down like 30, 40 CS, which isn't too big a deal at this stage in the game, I think, considering the Shen has done, you know, some more things on the map for them. Not ideal, but not bad either.
18K trying to clear vision in their topside jungle, but it looks like they left a ward a little bit deep here. In response to the pressure that Kennen's putting, they have to rotate. Shen's right there. Kennen just going to steal the Gromp away because he can, just to flex on Sejuani, make her a little bit less happy. Sejuani looking here in the top lane for Corki, but Corki saw this page of the book before the last time he got caught out here, and he's respecting the distance this time.
So at this stage in the game here, you see full control, I think, for Akuma. They're clearly very ahead. But actually ending the game, I think, is a little bit challenging for them at the moment, right? Only 25 minutes in. They haven't, like, outscaled so hard that they're just going to smash every team fight or anything like that. And they don't have a great siege. And their split push is decent, but not great either because they're going up against a Shen. And you already saw that split push can be collapsed on pretty hard. By 18K, so Akuma, they've got to play this one smart, and they could certainly still throw this one. So they've I think gonna look for that second Baron. Obviously, that may be at the forefront of their minds, but also playing smart on the map, keeping track of the cooldowns, the TPs, and the ultimates, of course. The Stand United, very important for them, and just playing a good macro game here is gonna be the way to win, I think, for them. At this stage, they've got to get the Baron. And then play it smart. They can't even get picked during that Baron, otherwise the full effectiveness of that objective is just not there. So make sure that you establish ward vision once you grab that Baron throughout the enemy jungle. You know, depending on how you want to set up. Do you want to set up 1-3-1 like they have, or do you want to go 4-1 and just put vision on one side of the jungle? They kind of have to side that and then set up the vision so they can make
18K can see
decisions.
Kennen here. Unable to. This might be a good pickup. They have priority on this mountain. Jarvan's making the call to go for Baron. He's pinging. We'll see how it goes. It looks like they're going to be able to take this mountain and be ready to contest for the Baron. Overall, good pickup by 18K.
Yeah, Akuma just caught with their pants down a little. They're going on to the Baron now, but the TPs aren't coming in. Everyone's moving across. We're going to have a team fight on our hands.
Shen needs to start his teleport or ult in, like, immediately.
And now they're going in.
Team fight's happening. Kennen ults. Right now he only has one person, though. MF gets a good ult off. Oh, unfortunately, not really hitting the back line. Jarvan's gonna dive in. His fortune does live. Kennen goes down 2. Kaisa flashes over, finishes the kill. Is Shen gonna be able to finish her? Is able to.
Ah, but they still got the Corki here. The Fluke with the quadra kill with the help of rematch. A Shockwave only found one that time. The Misfortune ult didn't find any damage either besides onto that Alistair, who was super tanky. And now, after that quadra kill from Fluke, they're going to grab an inhibitor here. Akuma win a team fight. Not the cleanest one in the world, but certainly good enough to get a significant advantage out of it. Grab the inhibitor, go back home, be happy, and still look for that second Baron.
Yeah, it was a good effort by 18K. Unfortunately, that Misfortune ultimate, like you said, only really got onto Alistar. She was positioned pretty well. The angle was just slightly too far up towards the enemy side. If she angled it slightly more towards the arch of the jungle here, where you have to get off the river, she probably would have done a lot more damage to the back line.
Yep, and that's, you know, hindsight is 20/20, but couldn't find it there. And now Akuma up even more gold. 10K is the gold lead now. You know, the Corki on 3 items, 3 really expensive items too. He's got the stopwatch and inventory. He's gonna be super tough to kill. Just got the quadra kill. The Kaisa on 3 items as well, looking for that 4th. She doesn't have the stopwatch herself, but she's got a lot of damage. And, of course, that invisibility, the mobility from the Killer Instinct as well. You know, the shield. That ability does everything. Gives you a shield, gives you mobility. Crazy good. But she's going to be tough to kill as well. So that team fight didn't go great for 18K, and now they got an even bigger challenge ahead of them with even more gold on the side of Akuma Blades here. Looking for their second Baron. Take 2.
Yeah, just fighting for vision here. They're going to be starved out of vision, and they're going to have to eventually face check into this. Either hopefully get the time right or just get a really good engage, but it's not going to be easy.
You can see no vision in the pit right now for them. So they've got to either face check that or send a ward over. As we get a collapse in the mid lane.
Oh, good collapse. They should definitely beeline it for Baron, but they're going to finish it. Those 2 mountains and the huge amount of gold advantage on their team means they finish it so quickly.
Yep, very well done there. They sacrificed the Kennen once again. It feels like he's been the sacrificial lamb the entire time. And
yeah, sacrificial Yordle. You'd think he was Timo, but unfortunately not this game.
No. He's still super effective in the team fights, though, and he's played his role. He's 1-4-5. You'd say, well, it's not a great game from the Kennen, but he's played really well, I think, so far. The score doesn't really indicate that. He's just sort of been like, all right, if you kill me and my team gets Baron, that's fine by us. And they do it. Wow, the Kaisa just stopped killing the cannon so her support could get it. That is a true bro right there.
That's very important. Whenever you play support in solo queue and your AD carry hard pushes the wave and doesn't let you get last hits, it makes you want to cry a little bit on the inside. And Kaisa knows this.
Yeah, well done. If you do that game 1, the support goes mental bloom by game 2, so.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. It's written in the scriptures of League somewhere.
Yeah. Now, Akuma setting up that vision like we were talking about earlier here. They don't have great vision at the moment, but they are trying to do it. Make sure there's no big flank from maybe a Sejuani coming in. But right now, she's underneath the turret. Akuma knows where everyone is. And they're just trying to wear him down here with the supers in the mid lane and the Baron minions in the side lanes.
The onus is on 18K to make a play here. If they just let them crack all 3 inhibs, it's going to be game over. They're not going to have really any opportunity after that, especially with Baron. They're just biding their time, trying to get something here. But with Kennen pushing the mid lane, they should really try to make a play on either top side or bot side. I don't know if they know this, but Kennen's teleport's still down for a significant amount of time. They should try to use that timing advantage. Corki's autos really hurt.
Indeed they do here. The rockets, the autos, they all hurt a great deal. 31 minutes in, almost 32. 10k goal lead for Akuma. They've got the second Baron. Trying to close this one out here. Fluke split pushing here in a bot lane. We got Salta Tangerine in the mid lane, and the other 3 members of Akuma pushing top wave right now. And these inhibitor towers are getting very, very low.
They should make a play on top side soon, or they're just going to eventually get these Baron minions hitting the Nexus turrets. But, to be fair, looks like AKM is kind of playing super safe in the top side, knowing that that's their really primary source of defeat right now. Or opportunity for defeat, I should say. Sejuani may be waiting on the flash, which is about to come up to make a play.
She's got that cooldown suit, so all cooldowns are available right now pretty much once that flash comes back up. So I think this is 18k's time. They got to go in at some point.
They do. They can't wait till the Nexus turrets are falling.
Now it's an inhibitor turret in the top side. Here comes the Corki.
Good ultimate by Corki, but it only pushes out Sejuani. They do get the turret. Jarvan dives in. A good ultimate from Misfortune this time. Gets Jarvan. Good redemption. Buy some time. Shockwave pulls All-Star back in. Kennen with great positioning on the ultimate. Doesn't get to kill anyone though. Misfortune's gonna go down here to Kaisa. Gets him. Oh, it looked like a decent opportunity for 18k, but just don't have the stats to outdamage AKM.
Yeah, and Salta Tangerine comes in, cleans up that fight. Fluke and the Goat James still alive here, so they can continue to push. And Fluke actually going to get taunted up here by Jung Tao. Might fall. He's got Guardian Angel, though.
Sejuani should be able to finish it. That's good. That's still good. If Sejuani can live.
The ulti about halfway done here. Brand is coming back into 15. A few members, 3 members all coming back at the same time here for 18k. And it looks like Akuma is just going to call it off, say we got enough. 2 inhibitors, almost a third here. The third almost dead in the top side. It's a couple hundred health away, so they will just call it off. Back out Akuma. Gonna leave their enemy trying to clear out these super minions in the base.
Yeah. The one saving grace is if you look in the top lane, that inhibitor still has a little bit of HP, so they're not going to be having the double super minions in every wave. It's a little bit of a silver lining, considering how close it was to actually going down. Yeah,
see, the 2 carries right for Akuma, Go James and Fluke. Both only have 1 death each. You know, spoken to how few times they've been caught out, how well they position in team fights. It's just been really hard for 18K to get into the back line there. They don't really have anyone who dives. They're just trying to hope they can find and engage onto them with a Sejuani, a big shockwave. Maybe the Shen can find a taunt flash or something. But that's really the only threat in the back line. If you dodge a Shen taunt, there's really not much threat on you other than like the long damage ultimates. But those are pretty easy to get away from with the mobility they have.
Yeah, one of the options they have, I mean, if they can survive till Shen's flash is up, is a flash taunt into Ori Shockwave or something along those lines. You know, a Sejuani ult into a Ori ult, something like that, but something that follows up and gets more than 1 member. Because a lot of their ultimates have been expended on 1 member. Like the Ori Shockwave that last fight, it secured the Alistar death, but then Kennen got in and it was pretty much game over.
Yeah, it felt like the Kennen Zhonya's was really premature there. He just flashed and ulted and then Zhonya's. Didn't do anything else, and the entire team just like backed off, and his ult didn't really get him much. But here, caught, catch in the jungle. His TPs are coming in. Shen ulti gonna use a Stand United there onto the Sejuani. Jung Tao gonna find the taunt here. Big fight in the jungle.
He should be stunned before he even... There you go. He does use his ultimate, but now someone has to get back to bottom lane, or the inhib... The super minion is just going to push the Nexus.
Looks like they're going to send the Shen back to stop that. He's got the TP, so he can join if there is a Baron play. Right now, the Kennen is dead. It's a 5 versus 4. Akuma down their top laner, 18K, hoping to get in here. They've got wards over the wall, and it looks like Akuma going to back off and rematch. Now caught in the river.
Smart to pull off and attack him. Now they have numbers advantage for 30 seconds. Shen should be able to hold the base.
Yeah, looks like they will survive one more time. Great catch in the jungle, finding the Kennen, and then rematch in the river. Now Akuma, they're trying again on the Baron.
This is risky. I mean, this is a good opportunity for Sejuani to steal. I mean, they do it fast, but a 50-50 is good for... Oh, unfortunately, both junglers don't get the smite.
If the Kaisa gonna secure the Baron here, the Shockwave finds 2. Fluke dead, and now some carrying the front line, going on to Char Sensei. Not gonna find the kill. The Goat James versus 2. Illumi. Oh, the Goat James going in, will die. Double kill there. Illumi gonna pick it up, and the Shen still defending the base. 18K survive. The Kennen, I believe, has the Baron. Actually,
he doesn't.
He does not, actually. So that, yep, no Baron here left for Akuma Blades.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Sejuani wasn't able to get it, but you know, neither was Jarvan. It was just a lucky pickup. I think Kaisa got the last hit on the Baron.
Yeah, the Kaisa got the last hit on the Baron there. I assume with an auto attack or maybe an ability, but regardless, it doesn't matter. She got it, and the gold gained, but no buff, which is really what you're hoping for at this stage of the game. The gold is kind of irrelevant. I mean, it's nice, but it's not really what's important. It's about buffing up those minions to try and end the game here. An inhibitor has responded in the bot lane. Mid lane's still down, but, you know, a lot of the pressure has been alleviated for 18K. The bad news for them is that the late game doesn't get better for them, but they've been winning the team fights recently, and the carries are almost full builds, so that's a really great sign that 18K continue to win team fights throughout the rest of this game.
That Ori Shockwave was pivotal there. I mean, she got a 3-man Shockwave, the right time, right place, right champions. Everything was right about that by Orianna.
Yeah, the Shockwaves have been decent this game, but not great, and that Shockwave was much better. Found both carries, which is the important thing there. You know, she's been finding the Alistar, or maybe sometimes Salted Tangerine or some carry, but she needs to find the Goat James and Fluke. Otherwise, the Shockwave is just really not worth, I think, the Orianna pick, right? Something would fare better in the late game. So Char Sensei gonna have to execute with these Shockwaves in the late game. He's got a ton of damage here. Morello, Zhonya's Death Cap, and Luden's Echo. He hits like a truck if he lands it, but he needs to land it. That's the big, you know, that's the big thing at this stage.
Yeah. Oh,
here it comes.
Flashes in, gets CC'd. Kaisa goes in. A Kennen ultimate onto the backline. Miss Fortune's able to get out, but she's not getting her damage off.
And here, Goat James going to the backline, finds the last kill on the 80 carry. Now Jung Tao, he's going to go down well. Salugi, the only one left alive here for 18K. Flashes away, finds the blast cone. May survive, but Goat James flashing to follow here. The autos, the red buff. It's an ace. Goat James finds the final kill, and I think that will be the game here for Akuma. There's an inhibitor standing in between them and the Nexus turrets, but with these long death timers, this should be the end here for Akuma, especially with this double Mountain Dragon.
Yeah, and both carries alive. I mean, Brand's up in 15 seconds. Maybe both towers are not dead yet, but we'll see what happens here. But it looks like it's going to be game 1 going over to AKM.
Now Akuma getting off on the right foot in this series. Going to take game 1. After losing a couple team fights in a row, they were like, all right, screw this. We're going to get together. We're going to group as 5, and we're going to kill them all. And kill them all they did. With 3 members left remaining, Fluke, Legoat, James, a rematch close it out on the Nexus here. Just shy of 40 minutes. Akuma take game number 1. Well done by them here. Getting off on the right foot in this series. And now 18K going to be down a game, but looking to come back. And I think that 18K looked a lot better in that game than I expected them to. The late game I thought would be automatically lost with the composition they drafted, but they executed really solidly on many of the team fights, obviously except for the last one. But for 3 or 4 in a row there, they were really good and won them. And I was surprised by that, quite honestly. But well executed by them. They just couldn't, they got outscaled by a Corki and a Kaisa.
Yeah, I feel like it was actually a little bit backwards. Like they didn't win as hard as they should have in the early game, and they lost less hard than they should have in the late game. It was a little bit weird there. I mean, props to them certainly for picking it up there in the late game. The ultimates from Oriana, Misfortune were getting better, but they just needed a little bit more and a little bit sooner.
And we're already in the lobby for game number 2, so it'll just be a short break while we get everything sorted out, get ready for game number 2. So just stick around. It'll be a minute or 2, and then we'll get started. So a great game 1, I think, to start things off with this series. Akuma Blades up 1-0 now over 18K. Still a long way to go, though, before they become the champions of the SFL. We'll see you guys in a minute. Welcome back. Game number 2 here. Akuma Blades versus 18K. They started really quickly, so we weren't quite ready, but we're getting into it here. 18K going to be down a game now to Akuma Blades. And an interesting game 1 here. The Corki and the Kaisa picked up, so big scaling out of Akuma Blades in game number 1. Do you think that'll stay? That'll be a similar theme for them, or do you think they're going to adopt a different strategy here for game number 2?
I think so. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Like it was a good game. I think it's really the onus is up to 18K to make a change here. Try to either play a little bit more aggressive with those early game picks, or just pick something that scales a little bit better. One or the other. Because we saw in the previous game, like their macro was pretty good. It wasn't, once they got to the point where macro decisions started to matter a lot more, they made the right calls in a lot of situations. Just they were behind from the early game against the late game team that happened to get a really good team fight early, and the game kind of snowballed in that favor. Though they were able to slow down the snowball, it didn't really ever stop rolling. Speaking of snowballs, you're gonna advance, Johnny.
Well, the ultimate snowball champion is Nunu. I don't think we're gonna get to see him because Fallen isn't playing, but
Oh, you have a new regular on this league here?
Yeah, Fallen picks Nunu up every once in a while, but he's I think one of the only Nunu players. There's a few others, but not many people here. Renekton actually gonna be the first pick here for 18K after the Hecarim, Thresh, Silas bans, and then Akuma banning away the Kled, Nico, and Stwani. So similar bans for both sides here, but the Renekton first pick, obviously not the case in game 1 here. So going to get aggressive in the top side this time around. No Shen. We're going full damage there for 18K.
Yeah.
Going to put some resources into Jung Tao. Hopefully he can carry them, but Ezreal picked up on the other side for Akuma.
Yeah, I don't know how Jung Tao has played in previous matchups, but I thought he played that game pretty well. Like, he did build damage Shen. He got a solo kill. He made a couple pretty good plays. I think I'd like to see him on a Renekton this game. Perfect champion for actually pushing that pressure in the early game and maybe making plays around the map with teleport instead of just the ultimate. Let's see who they're going to pick here. Jax. Jax into Renekton. It's going to be a very volatile matchup. If Renekton can win the early game in Snowball, good for him. If not, it's not going to be so fun late game for Renekton. The split push is going to go heavily in Jax's favor late game. Jarvan again picked up this time.
This does feel like a very snowballing matchup in the top side for sure. I think that both sides have a chance of winning it, but we're going to see Jung Tao versus Salted Tangerine here for game number 2. Maybe there'll be something crazy that happens that'll just sort of, maybe there's a ton of fighting top side between the junglers as well. That sort of screws up the matchup, but this is really, I think, a skill matchup between these two guys. We're going to see who's better in a head-to-head fight here. But the Jarvan, Lucian going to be picked up here for 18K. Just going back to the Jarvan, steady as always. Lucian, I think the same thing. It just feels like those champions are always, pretty solid. And the Ezreal, Lucian, there's not a huge scaling advantage there for either side, I think. They're both going to be pretty strong.
Karthus can be flexed in at least 3 lanes, so...
I think most commonly in the jungle right now is what I've seen him, be played in. Because it's you can farm pretty easily there. It's not really that dangerous. There's not like Rek'Sais in the meta right now. They certainly exist, but they're not super prevalent. In the Jarvan, he can invade, but he's not gonna just easily kill the Karthus, I think.
Right, Karthus gonna be able to get his damage off certainly before Jarvan can one-shot him. I do like the fact they picked Lucian and not MF into what they saw on the map already. Ezreal's just gonna play super safe and not really get pressured by MF because she doesn't have the mobility to get him. I mean, it depends on the support matchup too, but Lucian also is going to be able to deal with Jax a little bit better in that he can dash away and not have to flash every time Jax presses Q or die.
Yeah, that's always the thing that you worry about.
And Orianna ban this game.
Yeah, so it's going to take away a few mid laners here from Char Sensei, and we had double soul lane bans from both sides in the second ban phase of game number 1. It looks like we're sort of leaning towards that once again here, as the bot lane and the jungle have been more of a high priority at the beginning of drafts, at least so far. We'll see if that holds throughout the series, but LeBlanc going to be the last ban here. A couple interesting hovers, but I don't think we're going to get a Taric or a Bard this time around.
Zoe. If it is a Zoe, then, like you said, it most likely is a Karthus in the jungle. Certainly the most prevalent version of Karthus. But Zoe mid...
It's blind, too.
Changing it to the All-Star. Okay, I was going to say, there's a couple of counter picks that have been cropping up, like Lux against Zoe. So, where you just throw the Q to where the Zoe has to go back to. It's, like, pretty much guaranteed. Lucian Nami.
I mean, it's pretty strong. The Nami will apply that slow and the extra damage, a lot easier. Faster, because of the passive for Lucian.
Changes to Nautilus.
Okay, never mind. Back to Nautilus.
Pretty much even matchup in the bottom lane. I would certainly say that Lucian Nautilus does more damage than Ezreal All-Star early, but Ezreal probably scales better and certainly safer than Lucian. Let's see what we end up with in the mid lane for 18K.
Oh, okay. Back to the Corki.
Okay, so we have a lot of attack speed based damage. I love having a Jarvan in compositions like that. Certainly a valuable E from him when he throws the standard down. It just basically makes his entire team do 20% more damage, approximately, if they're standing near it. Even Renekton, just not Nautilus really so much.
Yeah, Tabi's gonna be pretty good this game, I think.
Going to be a Vigar in the mid lane. The amount of scaling that AKM has is tremendous, and they have pretty safe lanes. I mean, Vigar's not the safest. You can make some plays on him, but really, I think they have to make plays in the early game because Karthus isn't going to be as aggressive, or at least not as easy for him to get the crowd control type of bursty situations. Whereas Jarvan can make plays either top lane, bottom lane, mid lane if Vigar positions weirdly. They're still swapping champions around. Got a
Yes,
little excited seeing Ezreal with Smite for a second, but
that's like what, 2 years ago or 1 year ago, from
yeah, with Ezreal
Worlds.
blue build Smite, yeah,
Yeah, what that was a
uh,
crazy time, wasn't it?
that certainly was.
The Jax though, I worry about him in the top side. I feel like the Renekton and Jarvan combo can punish him. Because the Karthus, like, he can help out, but he's not really that active of a jungler early on. He's kind of hard farming to level 6, ideally. So he can,
Yeah,
he can press R.
maybe a counter gank. That's the only thing I can see Karthus like doing really well. The only thing is like Renektons often push really hard, really fast. Part of it's a champion thing because like you use your Q to last hit and it like often pushes the wave, or use it to trade and it pushes the wave. But I think it's just like a mentality for a lot of Renektons. Let's see if he can go against that and keep the wave in a spot where Jax is actually gankable. Because it's not like Jax isn't like is a super easy to gank champion. With his counter strike and his leap strike, he can kind of get out of a lot of situations. They have to play it really well to get the CC on him.
Yeah, for sure. It's a tricky matchup, I think, for both sides to play correctly. But with that, we're going to take a quick break here before we get into game number 2. 18K going to be on that left side of your screen. Akuma on the right, on that red side. 18K on the blue side. So should be a good one here. Akuma up 1-0. Got some interesting compositions, I think. Mostly standard, but you don't see the Veigar too often. And it should just be a pretty exciting one. I think that we're going to have another very team-focused fighting game, later on with the Karthus, the Veigar, Corki, Lucian, double AD carry there. So should be an exciting one. Back for game number 2 in just a minute. welcome back. Game number 2 here. 18K versus Akuma Blades here in the SFL Finals. And Akuma Blades up 1-0 here. Going to be a bot side start for both junglers. It seems we got the Karthus versus the Jarvan here, so a little bit of a different matchup. Not two tanks. It's going to be a damage threat out of the Karthus. We're going to see some crazy ultimates later on. This Requiem's going to hurt a lot. And the Veigar, you can't forget him. So some crazy scaling on the side of Akuma. And the Jax Renekton matchup, we talked about it a little bit, you know, in the champ select here. It's going to be a pretty volatile one here. I think a very skilled matchup, and we should get to see, you know, which one of these top laners fares better in a carry versus carry matchup.
Yeah,
sure.
Corki's definitely going to have lane priority mid. I mean, you see he's like pretty much a full wave ahead already on Veigar, pushing it in. He missed a good amount of CS to force it that way, but he was able to get vision at the very least.
We do have an Infernal spawning first here. A ward was put down to spot out the Karthus as well, so they know where the path is. I mean, Karthus' path, he starts blue and then fulls clears. Like, it's not that hard to figure out.
Right.
But we do have an early Infernal, so that is important to keep in mind here. The Karthus will likely have level 6 for that, but
Karthus actually started a sweeper and killed that ward.
yeah.
He doesn't like to be seen. He's a little shy. He's ward shy. Jarvan coming in here, I think good decision. He might be able to kill the Karthus here. The timing's almost perfect. Karthus is gonna have to flash it. Ooh, so close. Jarvan should know he's there. Oh, but Karthus also knows Jarvan sees him. TP here in the jungle. He's just gonna clear that. Jax would be able to get back in time.
Yeah, both have the TPs available if they wanted to go down there if some wards were available. But the Karthus looks like he's gonna go unscathed. The Jarvan lost a lot of time too. You know, while he's doing this harassing, he actually farm into camps himself. So the Karthus gets a full clear in of all the camps, and the Jarvan's still sitting on, what, the red Krugs and blue. He's going to pick up the Scuttle now, but he's a little bit behind in that jungle, and Karthus is going to get back with the jungle item and the control ward. So a nice start, a nice start for the Karthus in the jungle.
He's going to go back into the jungle? There's nothing there for him to take. He must know this.
I think
he's going around to get Jax. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Okay, he must have known that was warded, or figured that was warded. This could be really good pathing.
Yeah. Tangerine.
Oh, see, Jax dodges the stun. He's gonna jump to Jarvan. Oh, he's not, but he does have minion wave there.
Yeah, well
and
done.
He's out of there. Okay, a flash. Key moment there was him pressing E at the right time so that Renekton's stun didn't hit him.
Yeah, it loses the flash, but well done by Tangerine. It was a little aggressive. You know, he thought he was okay with the ward in the river there. That's the classic warding spot, though. So Jarvan, a really nice play by Suwugi. If he had walked through the river, there's no way that the Jax has to use flash there. He just hops away. No way you get that. But because he walks around, gets a flash out of the Jax, and that's going to be huge. Jung Tao should have, you know, an advantage in this lane. You see the CS advantage that he got out of that, plus the flash advantage.
Mid.
He's level 4 with red buff.
Oh, misses the W. Still does a lot of damage.
Oh, the Dark Harvest proc.
Gets Dark Harvest, yeah. Gets Dark Harvest, puts him at half HP. I would have liked to see him hold the W. A lot of times, I think he was a little trigger happy to use it early and in a direction that he ended up not even going in. But nonetheless, very good gank. And he might not have been on screen, but he also stole Jarvan's Wraiths. So Jarvan's going to be a little unhappy when he sees the Wraiths are gone as well. He has no choice but to go to Krugs or try to fight Karthus in his own jungle. He's going to step over ward here, Jarvan, so they know where he is.
I'm trying to invade once again, but I don't think you can really find collapse here.
Jarvan is able to find him, but I feel like Jarvan is playing like he's Kha'Zix almost. Trying a little too hard for these invades. Like we were saying earlier, he's not a Kha'Zix. He's not a Rek'Sai who can make these invades happen quite as easily. You kind of have to find it almost at like the perfect time. And considering how fast Karthus clears, it's super difficult to do.
The lanes aren't moving either. He doesn't have any invade support. Now, I mean, maybe that's a big commit onto the play, but he's got 1 CC, but that's, you know, it's not really enough, I think, to kill the Karthus. You need help from your lanes to set up a second stun or just extra damage, you know, while he is CC'd from your CC. So I think that calling someone in would be a good investment into shutting down the Karthus.
Yeah, I mean, Karthus is super low, though. That's the only thing. Like, if he can hit Karthus while he's low, like...
Now, topside, though. Knock up. First blood being picked up. Young Tao going to grab it here, but Requiem going to be dropped, and Jung Tao?
Dominus is going to save him.
Yeah, nicely done there. Will survive. First off, Requiem gets a Dark Harvest proc, but not much else.
Jarvan nearly making up for all his lost time there. That's the second gank on top side, and taking a tower shot. That might be okay. He's gonna get out here, but them capitalizing on that kill from the first flash burn, very wise decision. Let's see what goes on with Jarvan. Jarvan's looking in the jungle. There's nothing to get. I think Jarvan's really focused on getting Renekton ahead. Spending a lot of time up top. Neither jungler even like so much as went downwind to smell bot side at this point.
I mean, they've been bot side, but not to actually, focus on that lane or do anything here.
Yeah,
but
so
there's
they
an
went
Infernal.
bot side.
Yeah, so if you actually pressure the bot side, that could be big for later on in the game because both these teams use Infernal incredibly well, especially with the Veigar. You see, like he's gonna stack the AP. He's probably gonna get a death cap too. He's gonna do some crazy things with AP later on. Blue could flash though, as he's gonna get ganked.
Yep.
And we'll walk back up the lane. So Woogie and Char Sensei gonna move back here. So another big cooldown blown by a Jarvan gank, but no kill off that one, at least for Akuma.
Yeah, I would like to see Jarvan try to make a play towards this Infernal. His bot side has Prio, and Karthus doesn't even have ultimate. So if you can get in deep, get deep vision, destroy this pink ward, get that plant so that they can't blast over and make a surprise play on you, they can at least force the other team to come to you at Inferno. They don't have. If you can just control vision, you can even just bait them in. And I'm sure they'll take the bait because it's an Inferno.
Here's going to be a fight in the river, it looks like.
Oh, misses the Q onto the wall. He has to try to dodge some of these Qs or he's definitely dead. Flashes. Ezreal gonna make contact, but Nautilus has the smarts to press W just in case something like that happened. Lucian does have Prio on the bot side. We'll see. They can make a rotation. It's going to be 3v4. I think it's worth the attempt.
TP, both junglers level 6 for the smite.
He's going to kill Karthus. Karthus dead. He smites it for health. Corki going to pick it up. Lucian ult going. Karthus still dropping damage, though. Red team running away. Gonna be a good pickup, but still going to escape. Good play to follow up on and catch that Ezreal. Should be able to get Viger if the stun doesn't hit. Good. Good play by Corki.
Well done. A little bit awkward in the end, but Veigar with 3 kills, Corki with 2, and Jung Tao going to grab some platings on the top side as Tangerine fell. But well done by both sides. The Infernal Drake, though, crucially goes over to the side of 18k. That's huge for them. I mean, it'd be huge for either side, but especially huge for them, I think, when they want to get going here in this sort of mid-stage of the game, because I think it's another situation where Akuma in a very late game with the Veigar and Karthus are just going to be too much for them. And we've got a second Infernal spawning, so we're probably going to have another fight bot side,
Nice,
and the TP should be up for that.
Love to see that. Just denying it from the Viger Karthus is huge, but Corki scales tremendously well still, and I think having this Infernal is going to mean he's going to be viable until the very, very late game, especially if they can get the next Infernal.
I only
third Infernal.
I only say they outscale because of just the nutty and scaling on Fluke, as well as the fact that, sure, he outputs a lot of damage, but even if he buys like Hexdrinker or something, or like Wit's End if he wants even more, MR, you're still gonna die in like 2 abilities to the combination of Karthus and Veigar. So I feel like he's just gonna at a certain point be nullified, based on the fact that he just like cannot survive the damage from the enemy team.
Right.
Yeah. If there was a secondary threat, like maybe an Azir Corki or like a Corki and a Caitlyn who has enough range to maybe stay out of the range of the Veigar, so he'd only be eating the Requiem, I would say that the scaling is okay. But because the Lucian is such low range here and he's going for a Black Cleaver first, like he's not going to scale as much.
Oh, Lucian for sure. Yeah, Corki's the only one who's going to be able to dish out some damage.
Yeah.
He's going to have the mobility, hopefully, to dodge the Vigar stun and the Q, W from him. Oh, R onto Vigar. He should die here. Does pop Hourglass, but unless he does a lot of damage here,
Oh, wow.
might be able to finish him.
Yeah, the Requiem going to find the Corki.
So close.
No.
And the Ezreal was also inches away.
Very, very close, but will not find the kill there. That's nice, though. Char Sensei, he would have had a shutdown on his head if he had gone down there, and that would have get the Karthus really going there. He's up significantly in terms of farm in the jungle, but he hasn't actually found much in terms of the way of kills here, where Swoogie has had 4 kill participations for his team, but some carry going to grab a few minions there in the mid lane. But now we're waiting on that second Infernal spawn, and we're going to fight in the mid lane.
Mid. Should be able to get it. Oh, it flashes away. He's out of mana, has to auto-attack. Maybe he can get it with the Q here. One more shot.
No.
Oh, no. Unfortunate. That was a very risky play to take, because Jarvan just has to dodge like a couple Qs, and it's pretty much guaranteed for him. Risky play doesn't work out for Karthus there.
And Jungtao up 2 levels in the top lane. He's taking it 2 Salted Tangerine here. There's only 1 plate left, and there's still 2 minutes to go before those disappear. So he's got a lot of gold left to pick up there. The gold lead is actually almost 3K right now for 18K.
Smart of him not to tank the tower there yet. If he autoed him, that would be a dead Renekton for sure.
And a solo kill in the mid lane there. Char Sensei just runs down Fluke, finds last auto with a Phosphorus from to get that kill. And now that Corki with a Triforce has 4 kills, and that Veigar that got 3 kills off the back of the plate in the river there has just died twice in a row. So the strong member for Akuma right now is struggling in that 1v1 matchup. And now their lead, well, it doesn't exist. They're down significantly in gold, and they've lost that Infernal and probably going to lose the second one as well.
Good damage out from bot lane. Teleport from AKM coming in. Ultimate just deletes the rest of Nautilus's health. Oh, with the GLP, gonna force a flash. Flash for flash bot lane.
That's a big kill in the 2v2 now, though. That actually gives Akuma a chance at maybe contesting this dragon later on, as they feel a lot stronger in this 2v2. Because, Illumi and Toons, if they're losing the 2v2, that means that Akuma probably will have priority in the bot lane this time, especially with this red buff they just picked up. This, I think, looks much better for Akuma now. They might have an inroads into grabbing this Infernal, which, if they lose double Infernal, you feel like their hopes of winning this game go down.
Rift Herald on top side, though. Jax trying to fight Jarvan, pulling the Counter-Strike, but Renekton's also here. It's pretty hotly contested right now. Jarvan's the only one with Smite in the area.
Package Hill for the Corki.
Close to catching him out there with that stun. That would have meant disaster.
Rematch over the wall.
He has the package. He should be able to get out, which he does cleanly.
Infernal spawn, though, and now without the package, that's a lot of fighting power lost here for 18K. They're moving over, but already onto the dragon. Akuma moving down.
HP. Karthus does so much damage. It's just going to go over. And Karthus picks up the dragon. Blue team wants to fight after, but I don't know if it's even worth it. They're down in numbers here. Corki's able to chase off the Veigar, but that's a flash blown on Nautilus, and he still might die. Yeah, with the Requiem, he's certainly dead. Jarvan knows he's
kills
dead,
for the Karthus now. That's 2 kills for the Karthus. The Dark Harvest procs. They just got an Infernal. This is huge for Akuma. I didn't think they would be able to contest it, but because of the plays that were made mid lane, the 2v2 kill in the bot lane, which were engineered by Lego James rematch.
Oh, gets him down very low. Not able to finish him though. GLP hits. Should be able to Valkyrie away. Ultimate doesn't hit.
True Shot Barrage, yep, goes wide there. So they won't find the Corki, but they find the kill in the bot lane, the Dragon. 2 kills for the Karthus. I mean, Akuma looked much better than they did like 3 or 4 minutes ago, which, it felt really rough for them. But now they're only down a 1K gold as Fluke. He's going to dodge out of there, just barely.
Unfortunately, Corki Valkyried and didn't make it over the wall there. He might have died to a Veigar R anyway. Like a QR would definitely have killed him. So maybe it was someone above watching him, making sure he doesn't accidentally dive into his doom, but also could have been a kill for him onto Veigar, so.
Yeah, Black Cleaver first for the Lucian. I think I've seen Illumi do this before. I kind of wonder about this build, because it seems like CDR is great on Lucian, great stat for him, but I feel like you're giving up a lot of AD early on in the game to me. It feels like a suboptimal build. Again, I'm not as good a player as Illumi is mechanically, and not as high rated, I think, in solo queue. But I do wonder about this build here, so
I'm just curious about that. Yeah, the only reason that this can be good is if he's applying it for safety. It's a lot safer. He'll have more ease. He'll have more opportunities to use R from a safe distance. And more importantly, he'll have more health. So he's sacrificing a lot of damage for a lot of health, basically. And considering he's up against like people like Karthus, Veigar, it's not necessarily the worst idea, but we'll see how it turns out. Hook lands in the bottom lane. Viger's just going to back out. He hits the GLP. All teleports coming in for 18k. Looks like Alistar could be caught out here. Ultimate hits onto him. Alistar does pop ultimate, but he should be dead here. He does have flash. He makes it. Very close, very close. No way to finish him off there. He's going to get out.
Well done there. Rematch going to survive. Has to use the ultimate and flash, but makes it out. Requiem going to be dropped here.
Don't
Not
think it's going to kill him.
Kill. Yeah, it's not. This isn't the, you know, minute 30 Karthus ultimate where he just presses R and kills all 5 people, but we're getting there. It's doing some damage, but he's still got a ways to go before it does insane amounts, but the Infernal is huge for sure, picking that up.
Rift Herald for 8k. I mean 18k. That means a lot. They could use this to push a tower, possibly 2. And in a game like this, you kind of need to push your early lead based on the team comps like we were talking earlier. I just want to briefly mention, like we were talking about the Black Cleaver build there, that certainly would have been better. If Lucian had AD, Alistar was 100% dead there. Like the health wasn't really doing Lucian any favors. Yeah. Whereas a little more damage there, or mana even, would have mattered more. Like an Essence Reaver would have been double as effective there almost.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think that there's pros and cons to every item on every champion, pretty much. I mean, you know, there's some items you shouldn't build on certain champions, but
you
like
know, every cap on Lucian.
Yeah, well, AP Lucian. I mean, you've seen the YouTube videos, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah, gonna have to hit some hard W's.
Yeah, but for like, you know, if we're being serious, like, yeah, Death Cap and Lucian is bad. But, like, Black Cleaver, it's kind of interesting. Like, obviously you build it second in a lot of builds, but building it first, it's just kind of an interesting change-up. I mean, that's how people start to get, you know, come up with the cool ideas, though. The things that you normally don't see, like the new innovative builds, is be trying out stuff like this. So I respect him for being creative.
Yeah, I certainly don't think it's bad by any means, but that was a situation where more AD would have been so much more useful.
It's like, what if I just built QSS when I was against this Malzahar, or against, like, that would have been perfect this situation, you know what I mean? You can say that about a lot of situations, though, so who knows? I mean, maybe there's
those situations.
Yeah. It's like, it's pros and cons of every item. But now we have the Rift Herald summon in the mid lane here. And Blue cast TP, so does Salted Tangerine.
Yeah, it should definitely be a dead turret. And that might give them pressure for... No, it's still going to be up for the mountain. I mean, the turret's going to matter for sure. If they can cut off the Viger here, Viger pops Twin Shadows. I really like this Viger build. It gives you so many more opportunities to actually make plays with the Hextech GLP and the Frost glacial augment. Yeah.
It's the Twin Shadows and the
Hextech GLP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to just call it Spooky Ghosts, but
yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, glacial augment is what I was looking for there. The keystone. I really like it. Like, it basically makes a lot of chance. Oh, well, there's going to be a fight here, most likely.
Yeah, it looks that way here. We're moving down the Mountain Dragon at 4K.
Lucian a little bit aggressively. Oh, Lucian able to get a full ultimate on Karthus. Corki package into the back line. Hits a big combo on them. Flashes away. He still might die. He has the second Valkyrie away. Does die to a Karthus Q from death. Looked like a great initiation at first, but ends up being tragedy for 18k.
Yeah, there's no smite here, so potential steal for the Lucian, but it looks like he's not going to try here. Not going to go for the Reddit play. But that's the power of Karthus. You just kill him at the start of the team fight. Great pick on the jungler, guys. The dragons, you know, here. We can get it. Oh, wait, he's in his passive, and he just killed us all. Like, that was the power of the Karthus in that team fight. Well played. Akuma come out on top. They got a second dragon for themselves. Looking good here in game number 2. And the Veigar and the Karthus are starting to get scary. The Corki, had to invest in that Hex Drinker, but still went down in that fight. You know, they still have a super strong Renekton, and maybe going for the solo kill.
Oh, he should be able to get this here. He has flash. Oh, so does Jax, though. Oh, he gets the stun. So close to finishing there. What's he sitting? He's sitting at 30 HP now. So imagine he probably had like 20 HP or less. Insane. Very unlucky, but flash for flash. Oh no, he didn't flash. He war jumped. So flash and ultimate for just Jax's ultimate.
I mean, ward's a pretty long cooldown nowadays. It's like 2 minutes or whatever. But I don't think worth the flash, but
certainly not.
Death Cap coming in for the Karthus nice and early as well here. You see you got that pen on him, the Oblivion Orb, and he's like, all right, getting the big boy pants on, grabbing our AP, gonna grab that Death Cap here. So he's gonna be very strong soon. Looks like Fluke gonna grab a little. Azoni's not gonna be as Easy to kill. And now, fighting the top side. Salt Tangerine with some carry here.
Both of these dashes. Jax has flash. Corki is here to support. Oh, they might able to finish the Jax. Can Renekton get away? Triumph keeps him a little healthier. Karthus flashes for the follow. All right, so it's a Karthus flash to catch up.
Would you, in that situation, would you rather him use Requiem or Flash? I think that Requiem's super impactful, but obviously Flash a longer cooldown.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Flash play was kind of more consistent.
Well,
but it
Fluke
also
finds a
guaranteed
kill
he
in the
died.
bot side. A solo kill for Fluke there. Finds the catch onto Lumi. The health didn't matter there. And he goes down. Nice solo kill. 6 kill for Fluke this game. And now Legoat James rematch trying to work down this outer turret in the mid lane.
Yeah, just to quickly mention on the top side, let's see quickly mid lane, see if anything happens.
Nope.
They're gonna back off. In the top lane, I think he had to make the flash play because if Char was like paying attention and Karthus channels R, he just kills Karthus. Like he has the damage to kill Karthus like almost by the time he even finishes the ultimate. So in hindsight, that actually was the right decision.
Well, Salted Tangerine going in. Char Sensei got the Hex Drinker, but Salted Tangerine gonna find the kill. Solo kill for him up on the top side. Doesn't even have Triforce yet.
That was closer than it should have been, actually.
Yeah. Well, nicely done there. The Jack's going to pick it up. That's going to get him back in the game here. We'll have the Triforce when he goes back, so that's a nice feeling for sure. And
Karthus still didn't finish his death cap. He must be close.
he just needs to back. He has the gold for it.
Oh, yeah.
So he's no Ornn, man. You can't just buy items.
He could be.
Yeah, getting the Blather King now is Illumi, so he's going to grab that second. But Akuma going to take out the turret in the top side now, and the Baron, the next objective here, it looks like. We have a dragon, a mountain dragon spawning in minute 50. Maybe the teams will go for that. But Baron up and available.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Baron's going to be the next big objective. I mean, they have the mountain coming up, but Baron's going to be a higher priority, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting to see, like, when there's a mountain up and Baron is up. It's like, taking this mountain would make it easier to Baron, but, like, risking it, you know, risking the Baron if we go and commit to the mountain with all 5 members or 4 members. It's kind of interesting to see how teams play that around the 2 objectives when both neutrals are up here, but the death cap completed here now for the Karthus. He's getting very scary. Triforce, full Salted Tangerine. And, you know, Zoni's almost ready for the Veigar. On the other side, you look at 18k. Very strong item completions for that Renekton here. He's got the Hexdrinker and some Merc Treads for the MR, but he's got the Black Cleaver and the Spear of Shojin, so he could just straight up pop off in one of these team fights and just murder everyone, like those highlight clips you see of Renekton doing with that Spear of Shojin. It's just such a powerful item on him. And Corki, he's got the Triforce, the Rapid Fire Cannon, but still working on that Infinity. It doesn't have that quite yet.
Jumping in on Karthus, they know he doesn't have flash. Should be an easily dead Karthus. Oh my goodness. Requiem's gonna come out, but not gonna be enough. I don't even know if he procced Dark Harvest there.
Don't
gonna get
believe
baited
so.
in. Ultimate's unfortunately a little bit too late.
Yeah, and now the hook lands here.
Hook lands onto Veigar. Teleport's coming in. Let's see what happens. Lucian should be able to kill him. Veigar flash R's him from melee range. Jax might be able to escape here. Conqueror is procced. This is Renekton's time to shine if you can get on them. Corki's damage is insane there. Even with the flash, he dies from just the auto attack. Great
Gets
team
the
fight.
kill. 4 for 1 now. 18k have the Baron in their sights, I think. Smite not available for Swoogie right now, but should be up in a couple seconds by the time they kill this one. And most likely, the Karthus not going to be able to get into this pit here with all the Cs they have. But nope, they're going to pull off the Baron. They're going back to mid lane here for Salted Tangerine.
Oh, good footwork by Corki there to not get stunned by Jax. He knew if he queued in on him and he was 100% dead. So all he had to do was step back and force him to have to try to jump away, which he had no options to do.
That's the ward cooldown, man.
The ward cooldown came in handy there.
And now, Mountain Dragon going to be taken here by Swoogie and Jung Tao. Zhuzha Barrage not going to do it. Not even close. Like, actually not even close here. And that Mountain Dragon goes over here. So now both teams have the exact same dragons. Both have equal threat on the Baron pretty much at this stage in the game. And both have that Infernal here. So they're both going to benefit greatly off that AD and AP that they're getting. And, you know, the Karthus is doing a lot of damage, but they need to be low before he's able to get that Dark Harvest proc, get that insane damage output that we see from him. So we're still waiting on that incredible scale. And the Veigar also still sort of winding up. He's got a lot of damage here. In fact, his passive, let's see what it is at that point. It's at 187 right now, but he is not the true one-shot machine just yet.
Yeah, definitely not yet. Karthus, they really need to get him to farm to 16. Once he gets that 3rd point in his ultimate too, I mean, he's going to be kind of vicious. Like you said, like their late game is tremendously strong. They need to get there before blue team capitalizes on this early pressure. I mean, they're not tremendously ahead in gold, but I would say they have certainly vision control of this Baron pit. If they can get a bait or something here, certainly going to ward over that wall.
Hex Splash is available for rematch if he wants to make a big play over the wall here.
Could do it.
Yeah. Spooky Ghost going to spot out.
Vision. Yep.
Well
Pink
done.
ward there.
Here they started. It's spotted out, though. Akuma looking towards this Baron. They're not going to let it go.
Good hook onto Alistar. Just Alistar, though. Hopefully they can burn him down before anyone catches up. They catch on to Veigar. Ezreal hits, but now the cavalry's arrived. Lucian got to a pretty safe spot. Hook lands onto Ezreal. Should be able to kill him. Now Jax is running away. Requiem's coming down, though. Jax is going to be able to make a big play here, potentially. Kills Lucian, but dies for it. They ace them.
Yep,
Requiem
an
with the
ace here.
only
Triple kill. Just. Tunes at very Junk Tower, very low, but like triple kill here for the Corki. That's big. Baron going to go over here. Well done. A great team fight by 18K. It kind of was staggered. You saw the support just kind of walk in, rematch. There was not anyone there to back him up, really. And they just walked in one by one and died one by one. 18K find the team fight they were looking for, kind of baiting them over there. And now 12 kills for the Corki. He's putting the team on his back, trying to win this game here. At level 17 at 28 minutes, 3 levels above his lane opponent. This Corki looking to take the game here. Char Sensei in a dominating position.
Yeah, he's certainly in a good position. Like, he actually finished the Hex into the Maw now. They really can't even kill him that easily. I mean, the only thing that he might be lacking is some form of crowd control removal. He has the teleport. If he didn't go cleanse, he could potentially go QSS here, but odds are he's going to go more damage. That way he can continue one-shotting people the way he is, practically.
Who doesn't like more damage?
Sun's going to land on Renekton. He's going to be totally fine with that. Hexdrinker is about to come off cooldown. Not going to matter too much, really. Might save him from, like, a Q from Karthus, if that's what would finish him.
Remember, the siege coming through here. They're not splitting. They're going as 5 here, so 18K. I do not want to split here. I think Junk Tower should probably be in the bot lane, but they're going for the fight.
All-Star goes in. Jarvan's able to get onto the back line. Ezreal flashes away. Jarvan's still in the back line. Corki follows. The cage is up, but I think this is going to be the game.
It looks to be that way here. They find the ace. They're going to find the inhibitor and should find the game in short order here. They only got 3 minions, but they've got a cannon here. They've got 5 members strong, basically. They're going to take out the first Extort, the second Extort, and the Nexus for sure. 18K fire back here in game number 2, eating up the series at 1 apiece.
Now we have a series on our hands. Well played by both teams, but 18K certainly looked stronger that game than they did in the previous one. A lot more decisive, a lot more early game aggression. Well played.
Indeed, well played here. Now we got a real series on our hands, like you said. So we're going to game number 3 with an even score. And Akuma off to a great start in game number 1, but fired back. I mean, 18K looked really good in that game. There are a few moments, around the fights around the dragon that Akuma Blades were able to take. And they looked like they might get to their win condition of just the late game damage from their mages that was just so insane. But 18K said, no, we're going to win the next team fight. We're going to win the one after that. We're going to keep putting our pedal to the metal and just close out this game before you get that chance. Indeed, they did. And now we're going to game number 3 all tied up. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes for that. So stick around here for game number 3 of 18K versus Akuma Blades. Welcome back. Game number 3 here. Akuma Blades versus 18K. This time, Akuma going to be on that blue side, 18K on that red side here for game number 3. 1-1 is the score line. 18K evening it up there in game number 2. And looks like we're starting it off with a similar tact here from Akuma. They're going to ban away the Nico, and they've banned that away pretty much every game. But now switching up with the Jarvan, and on the other side, 18K with a Renekton. So adapting throughout the series as we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Salt Tangerine plays Renekton, but I really liked Renekton that previous game from 18K in Jungtao. So we'll see. Maybe he has something else up his sleeve that he's thinking about picking anyway. They seem to be respecting rematches Thresh, because I think they banned it every game.
Every game, certainly they have. It's been a thorn in people's sides, so they're just like, all right, we're not going to deal with it. And the Kled, same thing. They're going to ban that one away. Kled very, very strong right now, I think. And the power of charge, the ultimate, really, really good. Especially if you got a champion like Hecarim with it. But both the Kled and the Hecarim are going to be end away. And Rek'Sai, well, we mentioned her earlier, but this time the Void Burrow are going to be picked up. And some carry going to grab that in the jungle here. So getting much more aggressive than we've seen so far this series. And that gives you a lot of pressure. You can pick some priority lanes, some aggressive lanes there. And try and push early, get aggressive. You know, this punishes a Karthus pick like they were trying to do last game with the Jarvan invading over and over again. With a Rek'Sai, you can really do it, especially if you grab some, some really effective lanes early on here. And with the Corki picked up, sure, Corki's hard to punish. He scales very well, but if you get a great skirmish team early on, you could just win through rotating around the map and taking objectives that way. So the Corki can kind of be a liability in that sense. But York going to be grabbed here alongside the Corki for 18K, and Jack's going to be locked in for Salted Tangerine.
Yeah, Akuma. Most likely for Salted Tangerine, considering Rek'Sai is jungle. We'll see if... Almost certainly it's York top right, Corki mid, but we'll see if they pick... Oh, Silas pick. That would be nice. Reasonably high priority pick lately, but could go with LeBlanc.
It was banned away last game. It looks like Fluke has his eyes on LeBlanc. He'll lock her in. And into the Corki. I mean, this is a lane you can really pop off, show your stuff on, and just say mid-difference, right? So Fluke going to get aggressive here onto Char Sensei. But this pick, again, might be more so not to just punish in the 1v1. Try and get aggressive. Move in with the Rek'Sai. Invade the enemy jungle. Move to the bot lane, top lane, somewhere, and just make big plays around the map. LeBlanc, a pretty good roamer. With her mobility and CC. So we'll see what Fluke can do on that pick as Lucian grabbed here by Illumi once again. And this is shaping up to be a double 80 carry composition here, but with a Yorick split pusher. So kind of interesting attack 18K are taking. Yeah,
it looks like they're going to be targeting bans at the bot lane. I mean, they could target jungle and support from, there it is, Sejuani from AKM right now, but it seems like 18K should really just ban another priority 80 carry, or maybe the Alistar, considering he's been picking it every game. Alright, it is another 80 carry.
Okay.
I guess they're not that worried about the Alistar.
Does not appear to be on the forefront of their minds. They feel like they can deal with it. I think the Lucian's a bit better into that champion here. And Skarner going to be the last ban after Sejuani for Akuma. So jungle focus for Akuma, and 18K gonna ban away some of the 80 carries here. So Akuma waiting on their bot lane, 18K waiting on their support and their jungler.
Counter pick. You know what would be hilarious if they stole Alistar? Not gonna happen.
Nope. Gonna grab the Nautilus once again. They feel like that bot lane, the Lucian Nautilus, it's strong. They're fine playing in the Alistar. But Akuma now locking their bot lane. They know it's Lucian Nautilus. Kind of strange they didn't pick a jungler here, to be honest, instead of the Nautilus. Because that way you could conceal that. Because you already know what the enemy jungler is. So just kind of interesting. But they're going to pick the Nautilus here.
Maybe Lover's Duo. It's actually left up.
Yep. Zyra Khan available. It slipped all the way through. There it is, man. Rematch, and they'll go James. Going to do a little smooching. And this is a powerful bot lane duo. I mean, this is shaping up to be a very aggressive, divey kind of comp for Akuma, going deep into the back line. You're diving in with their con. Rek'Sai comes in. LeBlanc hops in the back line, deletes your 80 carry. And then Jack comes in, cleans it up with Xayah. So I like where they're going. Akuma getting aggressive after playing 2 scaling comps in a row.
Yeah, with the exception of Xayah, I feel like mostly 18K has the better scaling team. I guess Jax too. Xayah and Jax are the better scaling players, but I mean, I would certainly take Corki over LeBlanc in a scaling matchup. Yorick's going to be split pushing most likely. He'll just have to match the jacks. We'll see how that goes, but I also think Vi is going to be better than Rek'Sai late game. Rek'Sai is going to dive in, hopefully get the kill, and then almost certainly die unless he gets huge. Or builds tanky, in which case he won't do any damage.
Yeah, Vi, an interesting pick we don't get to see too often, but so we're going to pull it out for us here. Another powerful ultimate to add for some team fight power here. But both sides look to be getting in each other's faces here. There's only a couple range champions, and even others range champions, a lot of them want to get aggressive here. Zai and Lucian, both low range champions comparatively, and they like to have, get in the back line. They've got mobility, so going to be an interesting fight.
They picked Vi last, but I'm not 100% sure I would have done that because, I mean, they have a Zaya whose ultimate can completely counter yours. They have Rek'Sai who can ult through your ultimate and just be, not even there to get hit with the knockup. LeBlanc will most likely eventually go in Hourglass, not 100% sure on that. So it's going to either have to be Rakan or maybe Jax late game as a focus. We'll see what happens, but could be useful just to burn the ultimate from Zaya with Vi's ult, but we'll see. Similar thing with Nautilus ult, to be fair.
Yeah, well, you could burn it with one and then finish it off as soon as she comes out with the other, I suppose, if you're able to time it well.
Right.
But it is going to be tricky to play around that for both sides. Big cooldowns on the ultimates. Very impactful ultimates for both sides, for sure. But we got the TP for the Corki, the Ignite for the LeBlanc, so we know what Fluke's all about this game. He's going to get aggressive here. And for the first time, I think we don't have double TP. So, going to be exciting. I think we're going to have a lot of early game action for sure. And I think, they've been playing relatively long games. Game number 1 was almost 40 minutes. Game number 2 in the 30-minute range as well here. This might be a 20-minute game. Like, this could go pretty fast, I think. But we'll see here. Akuma trying to get up in 18K's faces. But we'll come back with game number 3 here in just a couple minutes. So stick around, and we're going to get some more Sugar-Free League action. Wouldn't be a sugar-free league series if we didn't have a few pauses here and there. It was a quick bug splat, but we're back in game. And
Minions have spawned.
should be good to go here. Was a bit of a stack there for Akuma, but didn't result in anything here. And should be starting the game pretty normally. Vi looking to start. Is she starting Raptors? That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, looks like she's going to start Raptors. Maybe just not get a leash at all and go red.
Yeah, just leashless.
Yeah, interesting. Gonna
I
start
wonder,
leashless topside.
Maybe to keep them guessing as to where she starts. Well, I feel like if Yorick's just going to go on time to the lane. Okay, then they're going to believe they may have started bot side. Well, no, Nautilus showed. So maybe they just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just to keep them off balance so you don't really know where the Vi started, I think is the idea here.
They have one ward for vision, which is at the jungle between river near Wraiths on the bot side, but that's it. That's all that blue knows, so they can't be sure where Vi is. Haven't seen Yorick played in a while, so we'll see how this goes top lane. Not really too sure how that matchup's supposed to go. Vi might be looking for level 3 gank top. Looks like what she's doing here. Typically you would go Krugs before you go. Oh man, he's super low from that. You might. Oh, he has 2 more pots left. You might just chum those.
Seems to be the idea here. Just gonna slurp those up. And I think the Vi, you're right, gonna loop around here, try and grab a gank top side, because she did clear kind of inefficiently if she was planning to go to the blue side of her jungle,
Yeah.
but in the mid lane. Char Sensei now in
Rek'Sai
trouble.
has flash. Yep. It's gonna be dead Corki probably. Ignite down. Feels bad for Corki. He had to flash away. He still ended up dying. Now Vi is indecisive because she's low, and it could easily be a 2v2. That's gonna be. It could be tragedy. So she's just gonna back.
Yeah, the Vi, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a weird jungle start for her. I mean, the Rek'Sai finds that first blood. Off that gank, you're going to get himself rolling. Well, herself, I guess. Alongside that LeBlanc. So, I mean, that's a really nice start. Exactly what the Doctor ordered here for Akuma. And then you look on the other side. The Vi clears topside. Going to go back, get a longsword, head back out. I mean, a little bit unfortunate. Maybe she was planning to gank that topside, but kind of an awkward start now for Swoogie.
Yeah, you know, realistically, Yorick was too low. He, like, for a while, he had to chum pots, which was like 30 seconds of chugging. And on top of that, Rek'Sai could easily have done the counter gank, and they certainly would have lost that, being how low both Vi and Yorick were at the time. I mean, Yorick's healthier now, but yeah, Rek'Sai not able to find anything in the counter jungle. Vi's looking for something here, but it's super difficult to get anything onto LeBlanc here, unless she's extended.
No, the Rek'Sai looking top again. Will not find anything here, but the Vi still hasn't cleared out that blue buff or the Scuttle Crab. Will do so now. So Swoogie, still level 3. Going to grab that level 4 soon enough, though. And right now, the bot lane, a slight advantage here. Illumian Tunes actually up a little bit of CS at this stage in the game here. Char Sensei, despite dying, up CS as well. But other than that, relatively even in terms of the jungle and the top side of the map here. So. You know, just a slight advantage here and there, but of course the first blood giving the gold advantage over to the side of Akuma. And we do have a mountain dragon, another mountain dragon spawning soon, just a couple seconds off.
Vi pulling the blue over so she can get the AoE damage on both camps. A little trick there to help clear it a little faster.
It's like the Zac idea there, but I mean,
gank
gank
top lane.
topside.
Flash away from Yorick. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get it because no flash on Rek'Sai, otherwise it'd be a guaranteed kill. Next time it probably will be.
Still worth though. Gank for a flash is I feel like worth almost all the time.
Yes, the only thing is, if you look at Vi on the bottom side, she's going to take Mountain for it.
Yeah,
That's the problem. If you're against a jungler like Vi, Master Yi, a bunch of junglers can do the dragon solo like pretty early. She's only level 4.
She's gonna get very, very low though, so there's a potential to punish her if the Rek'Sai spots this one out, but she's already got it, so
yeah.
there you go. Takes it just fine here. Mountain for the gank, you know, that got that flash topside, so very well done here. Vi trying to invade.
Ooh, flash Q hits. If he has evo, he's certainly going to escape. Oh, maybe not even going for the escape. Corki should be able to pick this up. Hopefully he is. Oh, unfortunate vision control. Still might get it. Does get it. Okay.
Luke's running low on mana here. I think he's got enough for one more Q. But here comes rematch. Not going to be a problem. Fluke picks up the kill here. So in the end, a 1-for-1 trade. A mid laner. Actually, 2-for-1 rather. The Vi went down. So very nicely done here. The Rek'Sai and the LeBlanc come out on top. Fluke and Summon Carry combining for a win there.
Hook lands onto Xayah. Rakan, good counter engage. Ignite's dropped onto Xayah, but not going to be even close to enough.
Salted Tangerine gets the solo kill up in the top side here. He's up 20 CS and grabs that solo kill, punishing that flash cooldown for Jung Tao. Doesn't even have to use his own flash to find it. Well done there by the Jax up in the top side. We don't, you may not know how this matchup goes here for the Yorick, but I can tell you when you're 20 CS down and you just got solo killed, it doesn't go well.
Yeah, certainly not from here. I mean, at level 6, he has a little bit of a spike, but he's 2 levels behind. Probably going to catch up off this wave, but Jax doesn't have teleport, so maybe he tries to push hard for this tower. I don't know if he understands the timings. He knows for sure what the timings are, but not everyone has a OBS view like we do.
No, that would be kind of OP. We've got a second mountain, though, so that's going to be big here in the bot side. We'll even up if the Rek'Sai can stay bot side and grab that. But, I mean, the map pressure is certainly available for Akuma. It's just a matter of whether or not they can move around the map correctly and be there at the right timing. Otherwise, the Vi could sneak another one.
Yeah, they have to have vision of it, like, on spawn. They can't risk that again. Otherwise, Baron becomes super easy for them to burn down quickly.
Yep. Sneaking objectives can be a big, in these types of games here, can win you a game that you know, maybe your lanes are lagging behind a little bit. They had a few too many oopsies.
Certainly. Oopsies.
This
I'd
Rek'Sai
like to see some more aggression from bot lane. Top lane does look like they're going to have something going on here. The jungle proximity. Blanc's even roaming. This is likely going to go in Ikam's favor. They're both losing the 1v1s. Oh, one more auto. Oh, nice. The ghouls do finish it up, but I don't see any way of him surviving this. Oh, the Maiden is there. Maiden's going to die quick, unfortunately, after Yorick's picked off. They were able to at least get one kill out of it. Could have went a lot worse.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but now the
Valkyrie bot lane. Able to get the kill on Rakan. Xayah flash ease away. Flash and then ease to try to root the enemies.
Doesn't find the root though. Char since he gets out okay, and they get the kill onto the Rakan there. Didn't have the flash, already used the ultimate as well, so no way to escape that time around.
Tower plate cash in on top, and it should be, yep, also tower plate. 2 tower plates bot, it's going to look like.
Maybe even a third. They actually have a large wave here, and the LeBlanc is not to this turret yet, so it should be 3 tower plates. So a slight advantage in terms of the gold they're going to pick off the towers here. And actually, Fluke going in.
Good idea. Good. One more auto on the Nautilus should do it.
Fluke comes up with a big double kill, killing the enemy bot lane here. Char Sensei should make it out okay. He's got his flash, got the Valkyrie, but well done there. Fluke now 4 kills popping off on the LeBlanc here as Tangerine going to work on the mid lane turret, pick up a plating of his own.
They did cash in on 3 plates, which is good. But if they just stopped at the 3rd plate and didn't wait to try to get the 4th one, they did like half the damage to the 4th one. They certainly wouldn't be able to live there. A little bit greedy, I'd say, from them. Not really respecting the fact that LeBlanc can do things like that. Now she's 4-0. She's going to be a menace.
And the gold lead over 2K now at 10 minutes for Akuma. They look to be in a really nice spot. The Corki is you know, a slight farm advantage here. He's got 2 kills, but overall, you know, he's actually behind in gold here. And despite him having a nice timing on the Triforce, it would look like he's not, you know, ahead of this LeBlanc. He can die to her. The LeBlanc is super strong right now. Gonna get Luden's Echo on the back for sure. And she's gonna be forced to recommend. Not to mention this Rek'Sai here. Doesn't have the Conqueror, so no insane healing throughout the fights. Went for the Halo Blaze instead, but does do a lot of damage at this stage in the game here. 3, 1, and 2. And the Jax is winning in the top side. You know, bot lane's relatively even. Like, Akuma are just straight up winning this game in a pretty decisive way at this stage here, especially with these champions that spike, you know, in this sort of time period in the game.
Corki does have pressure mid lane because he's got the blue buff. Oh, LeBlanc. Okay, LeBlanc looks to be going for the kill. He goes in. Oh, unfortunately, the root's going to hit. It's up to this one more ultimate hit, and LeBlanc will be dead. Goes for it, but she just W's away. They should give them decent priority. If Rek'Sai does any damage to him, he's going to ult. Almost certainly a dead Corki. Now Rek'Sai might try to do the turnaround on Tavai. He has his ultimate. Gonna be able to get out safely.
And a kill in the
pressure.
bot
Oh,
side
Bottom
as
gets a kill,
well.
yeah.
Now, top side, Salted Tangerine gonna have to deal with a bunch of these ghouls, but Jung Tao is low on health. No TP for him. It'll be up soon, but not soon enough. And of course, that bot side kill will allow Akuma to shove in and maybe set up this dragon if they want to go for that.
The maiden matters here in top side. Jax can't kill Yorick only because this maiden's alive. Meanwhile, on the bot side, vying for pressure. Luckily, the scuttle's up. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have any real vision on this.
Yeah, big root here. Go James putting a lot of damage down onto Toons, but he will get away. That Thrift Scuttle is actually really annoying right now. They cannot take the dragon without, you know, ATK having vision up, because Akuma are trying to wait, maybe find a pick here, and they're going into the enemy jungle. They're trying to find Swoogie.
Able to get out.
Yeah, well done. Knew what was happening. Swoogie able to dash out. Now they're onto the dragon. Akuma looking to take this one down. They do have a fighting advantage at this stage in the game here. TP available for Salted Tangerine. TP almost available for Jung Tao, but it looks like neither are going to join, and the dragon will be
Not
all
able
over.
to cancel it. Teleports to the Rek'Sai thing. Smart. But now you have to be really careful if you're Yorick. You do have flash. Maybe you can make an outplay if he tries to dive you. Oh, Corki's also pocketing him. They don't see him over there. I don't think they saw him rotate. Jax probably knows something's up considering how far he's playing up.
But the Corki is now backed, and Jung Tao going to have to walk away now, knowing that he could get dove here. Both those guys looking for their Triforce. Corki already picked his up, and he has his Weavers for the 8 carry. So kind of a mirroring of items. Even the junglers, you know, oh, okay, Ninja Tabi and Warriors. All right, we got that. So basically every lane just mirroring items besides the supports, it looks like.
Yeah, it appears so. I mean, Corki again trying to vie for this wave pressure. Now he has the package. He can try to do something with it. Top could be a good option. You can collapse 3 onto it. No dragon to be worried about. Maybe just... Alright, getting Scuttle. Maybe just do the Rift Herald. They don't know that Rek'Sai's on the bottom side, though.
Nope, they don't at the moment. And the Rift Herald going to be started here. So, looks like it should be taken relatively easily. No one here. The block walking over. Luke maybe sniffing this one out. Trying to contest.
He's going to have to dodge this chain. Does dodge it. He should be able to get this. They have numbers
Dive being set up bot lane, though, for Akuma.
Yeah,
They're
they
looking
might
for
get the
first
bot lane.
turret here. They want to take it with the pressure.
Going to be enough. A little bit too late on that hook from Toons. Lucian does do a lot of damage. Almost gets Rakan. Zaya also relatively low, but Rek'Sai can certainly follow up on this. Chases Lucian away. Meanwhile, Rift Herald used mid. LeBlanc trying to get the finish on Corki. Ends up pulling back. They might not even get the tower.
Nope, they won't. The Rift Herald not going to grab it. LeBlanc clears out the wave. First tower going to be grabbed here by Akuma. 18k, well, they got the Rift Herald. Yeah, it's nice, but they didn't actually get a turret off of it. And now they lost the first turret gold to the bot lane there in Akuma. So Akuma come out on top in that trade for sure. They got a lot of shutdown gold on them right now. They're clearly ahead by a significant margin at this stage of the game. Akuma, you know, they lost game number 2 here, but they're just like, all right, we're going to end the game really early this time around. We're not going to wait for that Veigar for the cards to scale. We're just going to go in with a Blanc and Rek'Sai and just kill you. And right now that plan is working. They got a significant lead here in the mid-jungle positions here. Top lane, a slight advantage as well. Bot lane, an advantage there. Not huge, but certainly meaningful. And now, with this fighting power they have at 15-20 minutes, I think that they can continue to push the pace of the game and take it, especially after they've just taken the first turret.
Yeah, this is probably the strongest point of the game for, like, LeBlanc. Like and Rek'Sai, where they can actually burst people. Oh, Vi misses the Q, unfortunately, but the ult is not going to miss. Rek'Sai does ult. Jack gets the 3-man stun. Rakan follows up. Yorick's able to finish the kill on Rek'Sai. Jack's just hitting away, but Lucian's here now. Zaya's coming in from the side. LeBlanc's coming in from the side. Vi does fancy footwork to dodge everything there. Gets hooked. Zaya uses her ultimate, but she's still going to die. A triple kill for Yorick. Corki's following up. They might ace the whole team.
They find
Not
for the Rakan.
The big one hits. He's still chasing.
Oh no! The Rakan going back in. Char Sensei trying to get this kill, but rematch in the Zonias.
And execute on Lucian tanking that. At least it wasn't a kill for that, but they ended up acing the team.
Well, yeah, a little bit of a delayed ace there. The Rek'Sai gonna respawn and head out of base here, but a huge play by 18K. They read the gank from the Rek'Sai, counter gank it. All the shutdown gold that we were just talking about earlier, given over now. I mean, that was just massive for them. A team wipe, a turn in the top side. The gold lead, it doesn't exist anymore. It's 100. It's 100 right now, equal as there's just a tick, a little bit of roundup there, but it's basically dead even in gold here. The dragon spawning soon. It's an infernal. That's perfect timing here. 18K are right back in this game here after Akuma built the lead for 5-6 minutes. They just gave it all up in 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, I think it was certainly a mispositioning from Akuma. Oh, Vi's gonna get caught out here. There's a mispositioning too. I mean, that's likely gonna be the Infernal unless they do something really crazy here. I mean, they're probably still gonna fight for it. I don't know. I don't know what the call is here. Really, they don't have a chance to get it, but it's kind of feels really bad to have to give that one over.
Yeah, well, the jungle dying at a key juncture when you have the dragon spawning, that's when you need the jungler to be alive. When you have Baron spawning, that's when you need him. And right now, it's an Infernal. Arguably the most important Drake in the game is up right now, and it's going to be given over for free because they have no jungler to contest this with, no smite. Not to mention they're just down a man, so they cannot contest this. 18K give it up, and this is huge. Akuma, they kind of threw the game, but now they got a second chance.
Oh, they're going to kill Rakan in the counter engage. Nautilus is tankier than they respected him for. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Yeah, they try using everything on Nautilus, but wasn't enough to kill him before Rakan. Once Rakan jumps in, he's like fresh tasting meat.
Nice and tasty. I haven't eaten for a while, so you're kind of screwing me over here, dude. Now I'm hungry. There's Tangerine gonna hop away to the minion there. Jung Tao is actually even in levels now after being down for a long time. 5 kills like out of nowhere. So he's actually
scale better.
Yeah, he's in the lead now. He's up, 8,000 gold to 300 gold for that Jax. Like he came back in this lane in such a meaningful way, like out of nowhere because of that triple kill topside, all the experience and minions he got after that. Like that was huge for him in the side lane, and now the Jax is sort of delayed in terms of winning this matchup.
I think Yorick wins the 1v1 for sure for now.
100% for the next couple of minutes he does. Especially if he's got the main and the mist by his side and a bunch of ghouls. As Tangerine already at half health from that.
Focusing the maiden.
Missed.
Wow, that was a painful auto. Rek'Sai shadowing here. Maybe 18K can push up the mid here with all the pressure that he absorbed bot. He got the ult out of both members there, at least.
Yeah, they will get them. An 800 shield shutdown in the side lane. They're trying to dive, but it looks like that's going to be a problem here. Oh my goodness, the engage!
Oh, the counter engage. He flashes away to try to survive, still dies. But 1-for-1. Rakan, I mean, they're doing a very good job of focusing down Rakan. Whenever he engages, they basically all split their focus onto him, which is kind of the way to do it, since he's pretty squishy right now.
7 kills now for Fluke. He's actually got a 300 gold shutdown, the only shutdown in the game currently. So Fluke is still very, very strong, but the rest of the team, after that big fight, they're not as strong as they once were, in comparison to the enemy team here. So,
yeah.
Though Blanc is the big power point, I think, at this moment here. The Rek'Sai very strong as well, but Fluke is really the guy you got to look out for in his team fights. Hexdrink are purchased by Char Sensei, but Lumi doesn't have any defensive stats right now. So he could be focused down. Char Sensei could be focused down through the Hexdrinker if he's got Ignite maybe as well. We'll see who Fluke goes for, but he's still very, very strong at this stage. But Spear of Shojin, it looks like, going to be purchased for Salted Tangerine soon. He's trying to work towards that, whereas the Yorick, he's looking for that the health item instead. He's going to go for a bit more tankier build there, instead of going for just the Spear of Shojin. with all the stats and CDR it gives you.
Yeah. Jack's just trying to stay out of vision, keep an even push with York. They're gonna have a lot of quality time together in the bot lane. It looks like. York's ultimate's up, so that's a high pressure point for this. I think his ultimate's way more impactful in the 1v1 than Jax's can be. He's got her all the way to tower. He really should be able to push the tower. I think just raw pushing power, York's going to get this. York should pop ultimate if he gets stunned. He didn't. Can he finish the tower?
Yep.
He has Demolish, doesn't even need it. Pops Maiden, hits the slow. Jax leap strikes the wall, flash to follow. I don't know if he can get him here. Misses the slow. That's probably a Jax lives here. Uses the terrain wonderfully to dodge the stun there, but looks like there's going to be some action mid too. Oh, one shots Vi. Ultimate onto LeBlanc, but she just gets out. Like I was mentioning in pregame, like LeBlanc has tools to get out of there. She doesn't even have an hourglass yet, but just press W out of there. Bot lane's going for the fight. Maiden might be able to finish Jax though. Flashes away. Rek'Sai's gonna clean it up and survive. Corki here, but I don't think he can do it. We do have a mountain coming up in 45 seconds. Everyone will be up for it. That should be the next point of contention. I don't think either team is in a position where they can actually realistically contend the Baron and do it fast enough. The Blanc does damage, but not really DPS. And that's what we're looking for when we're trying to take down the Baron with only one Mountain Drake.
Yeah, I love that Fallen sent a nice message into Riot Games to make sure we got some nice dragons this time around, because we have just had dragons to fight over. We had like a couple oceans, a couple clouds, but it's been all mountains and infernals, you know, pretty much. Besides like the 2 or 3 we, you know,
Yeah.
quote unquote meaningless dragons we had. I mean, you know, cloud and ocean are still very good to get, but you know, mountain and infernal are especially the teams that we've had, because both these, you know, pretty much all the drafts we've had have had 4 damage threats, you know.
Right.
So
and or high DPS too.
Or, yeah, even brand supports with 5 threats that really, you know, get off, get a lot off that infernal. So
vision control in favor of AKM right now, slightly. That one trinket ward, letting them know that they haven't started the dragon yet. They have a pink there. They probably don't. Yeah, they don't see it with that pink, so they probably think that they don't even have the vision. No one wants to go check yet. York's gonna put pressure in this top lane. I think he can 1v1 Jax this time. His ultimate's up in like a few seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds left.
Some carry gonna stay in the pit by himself. Here, the Vi coming in. Swoogie trying for the steal.
Ooh,
nope, he's gonna call it off.
Yeah, but they have pressure mid and maybe can even rotate top.
No balls, Swoogie. Should have gone in, man. Should have gone in. Go for the suicide steal, but maybe actually a smart play because the Baron is up. You know, don't want to die.
I would, but for a Baron, I wouldn't. So, like, for the potential of Baron, I wouldn't. It's a calculated risk.
Now Salt the Tangerine in trouble.
Lucian's able to get out, channeling a full ultimate off. Rek'Sai on the back line. Nautilus does a good job of peeling him, but he ends up being sacrificed for that. Vi's here, might be able to finish up the Jax. Jax able to kill Lucian. Yorick now finishes the kill onto Jax. Corki on the other side gets deleted by LeBlanc. He does a ton of damage, but just under enough to finish her. Now AKM's in front of the Baron with 4 members. Vi is alive though, and does have Smite. Smart of her to position the way she did, but she has to feel like they're going for this. It's LeBlanc. Can LeBlanc one-shot Vi? Most likely.
This is Swoogi's time though. He's the only one left. It was a 4-for-1 team fight here for Akuma, and Swoogie, he's just gonna back off, it looks like. Fluke over the wall, zoning him clearly. Being the bouncer, and Akuma get the Baron here. Swoogie not even attempting a steal. He was down 2 levels, so it was probably unlikely he was gonna get it. Well done, Akuma find the opening.
I still think it would have been worth the risk for Vi to go for that, but LeBlanc very wisely trying to just zone him. She knows she can get him to at least half HP, give the entire team vision, and possibly even use her chain to CC him and make it actually impossible for him to get in there. So good job by LeBlanc there, just to zone him there, knowing that she could just kill him.
Yeah. The LeBlanc certainly can kill a lot of people. You see the death cap going to come in, I think, with that news to our rod, but already got the Morello, the Luden's Echo. And we'll go James. Don't think he's got a while to go way to go before Infinity Edge here, but he's already got 2 items plus a BF sword and a crit cloak. He's pretty strong right now. The Lucian's sitting on 2 items, so a little bit behind. And you know, right now the Rek'Sai, he's got 3 items. The Vi, 2. So it's like a large advantage there in the jungle here. Now the Jax, I think, is actually strong enough to maybe win that 1v1 there in the side lane.
Yeah, especially with Baron. I mean, oh, he's not wearing the Baron actually. So wave management wise, it should be pretty even.
Here's the fight.
Fight mid lane. Rakan onto the back line, hits Lucian. Corki backing away, but the front line's entirely dead. They just completely delete the front line. Meanwhile, the back line escapes, but it really doesn't matter. And that's without LeBlanc there.
Now Lumi in trouble as well. Go James with the kill. And now on the inner turret they go. Akuma win the team fight. 3 dead here. Just the Corki and that Yorick left on the map. But all 3 lanes being pressured here by Akuma with the Baron buff. I mean, this doesn't look good here for 18K. They're going to lose an inhibitor for sure, if not more than that. I mean, this was a great team fight there. A great counter engage. And now...
I feel like AKM seems to be like they're going to make the smart play here and just try to go for all 3 inhibs, but they could try to dive here and end the game. It's definitely a potential for them here. We'll see what they opt to do. They do get the first inhib, they're probably just going to rotate to mid.
We'll solve the Tangerine in trouble. Jung Tao flashing to follow, but is stunned by Tangerine. He'll hop away here. They'll disengage. The top lane inhibitor was taken in the meantime, and the rotation from Akuma towards mid lane here. Looks like Solve Tangerine going to back and then TP after he purchases and heals up. Or Akuma, yeah, they're probably going to wait for him to TP.
They should, for sure.
Yeah. If they go in right now, they'll get outnumbered, so they got to be patient.
Oh, the ghouls actually delay his back. Oh, they're going for the fight. Smart. Now if Jax does teleport in, he's low. Kills the Vi, though, unfortunately, right away. Lucian does a lot of damage here. They pick their fight, but they just don't have the damage. Corki tries to escape. Rek'Sai's ult follows. LeBlanc's going to live. Now it's just Yorick alive. I don't think he's going to be able to survive.
No way he will. Jung Tao going to go down. A triple kill for Legoat James. Beautiful kiting from him. 9 kills on Fluke. 8 on the Goat James. The carry's getting in it, plus that Rek'Sai with 9 here. And Salted Tangerine comes in and is like, hey guys, good job. Yeah. I'm coming in. They're going to take out the inhibitor in the mid lane and march down and end this game. Number 3. This is Akuma's game. Going to take the series lead 2-1 and put 18K onto match point.
9 kills on Rek'Sai, 9 kills on LeBlanc, 8 kills on Xayah. The carry's doing tremendous amount this game.
Beautifully done. Akuma Blade's going to take the 2-1 series lead here. After a quick game number 3 here. 28 minutes in. I think our fastest game of the series. They end the game as well up 13,000 gold. 60,000 to 47,000 there. Well done. Well-deserved win. I mean, that was a pretty convincing performance. Despite a throw at one point there, losing a team fight in the top side, they didn't lose another team fight besides that one and made up for their mistake here. Going to take the 2-1 series lead. Akuma Blades looking to be your SFL champions here. Just one more win to go, and they will take that crown. But we'll be back with game number 4 here in just a couple minutes. Welcome back. Game number 4 here. 18K versus Akuma Blades. Akuma Blades currently up 2-1. 18K falling in that last game to Akuma Blades' onslaught. I mean, it was a quick one. A dominating victory, I think, we can say.
Ban of LeBlanc, like I was thinking. I mean, they have to respect that or have an answer for it. They don't have an answer, so it looks like they're just going to ban it out.
Especially if they want to play a scaling pick like a Corki or a Zir in the mid lane. It
Right.
becomes a little bit difficult to play that into LeBlanc, and I think that's kind of what they want to do for Char Sensei there in the mid lane. So a nice play, and just, all right, we can't deal with it, just ban it away, it's fine. And they're going to continue the Thresh. 4th game in a row, Thresh is banned here. 18K just do not want to mess with that, rematch in the bot lane. But now they give up
next time.
Yeah, this time first pick Renekton for Jung Tao, and that gives up the Lover's Duo if they want to go back to it again. So a lot of options here for Akuma.
Yeah, they didn't pick it early. They actually just picked it at the very end. Lover's Duo certainly wasn't the reason that they lost the game, like giving it through, but it definitely was a safe lane. They played it well, but by no means did it hard carry. They might not be that afraid of it. We'll see. Okay, this time picking the Kennen into the Renekton should be a little easier, but if he does get caught, Renekton's probably going to have a field day with him. It'll be the sacrificial Yordle again.
It worked out last time, so they're gonna go and grab that Kennen again. And it makes laning as a Renekton a little bit trickier, I think. The Kennen with just being a range champion makes it a lot harder for the Renekton to find the advantages there. But Jung Tao certainly showed his prowess on it. And now Renekton,
Rek'Sai.
or Rek'Sai rather. I'm saying Rek'Sai.
We have
too many
so many
R's
here.
then they hovered Ragnar too, so too many R's. But Rek'Sai.
Right, okay, they're going for the MF again. He clearly feels comfortable on this pick, Illumi. I mean, I don't know how he's going to feel against a Kennen and Rek'Sai, but we'll see. Maybe he has a Morgana type of pick, or I don't know, maybe even a Braum, something that can protect him from all this stuff that's going to try to get him. Who knows?
Yeah, all right, looks like Akuma gonna grab.
Steal the Nautilus.
Yeah, gonna grab the Nautilus. It's been Toons' pick for most of the series here, and Rematch gonna steal that one away. I mean, Toons could play the other side of the matchup and grab the Alistar, or they could maybe pick the Rakan as well. That's another good champion who can dodge away from the Nautilus. But
yeah, they're gonna ban out support or mid lane. We'll see what they focus. Gonna ban Galio. I wonder if that's like maybe one of Toons' pocket picks. I doubt they were targeting that at mid lane. Whereas they just have to focus the bot lane. I think a Kai'Sa ban might be in order. They've been banning it when it's up. Before. Yep, there it is. Thank you for making me look smart, guys. We'll see what the last ban's gonna be. 15 seconds on it.
Coming down to the wire on this one, but okay, it is the Alistar going to be banned away, it looks like. So a support ban, the Galio support, I think Toons has played in the past, so that's the reason for that. And they're trying to cut down on the options for him. So Toons' champ pool is kind of being stretched a little bit, which hasn't really happened so far this series. They've been, 18K's been, sort of attacking Rematch a little bit here, the Thresh band, trying to get him onto more stuff, and making his life a little bit more difficult. But this time around, they're going to stretch Toons here, and Akuma's going to say, all right, you've been doing it to me, we'll do it to you. And Vayne, okay.
Could be spicy. Let's remember, Vayne's one of the champions with the lowest HP in the bot lane, and really no way to escape after she tumbles away. So it's not like a crazy escape from her. Misfortune could put the hurt on her pretty hard. They are going to get the counter pick in the mid lane too, so we'll see where this leads us. Going to be Nami, much safer than the brand that we saw last time with Misfortune. Potentially really good combo if you can hit either an ultimate or a bubble and then chain it into the other one. Then Misfortune can get pretty much a full ultimate off. It's a good combo here. The only thing is you kind of have to get it on both people, because both of them have a way to cancel Misfortune's ultimate. Or from really long range, one or the other.
Xerath. Azir Xerath, well, a lore matchup for sure here. And that's going to be interesting when Char Sensei and Fluke gonna be going at it there in the mid lane on those two champions. Both decent scalers there. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Not picks. At least you don't see the Xerath too often here. Vayne you don't see too often either. It's a treat when we get to see her. So Akuma pulling out a few different champions here for game number 4. Definitely getting a little spicy as we've gotten further along this series. And now I think that both sides are relatively happy with this draft. I think it's certainly not their first picks, but I feel like everyone is on a pretty comfortable champion for them. I don't think anyone has been outdrafted here, and I like to see that in a game that could potentially decide the series. I like to see that here. So Akuma looking to close it out here as they are up 2-1, but this is going to be a true test of both teams, I think, because they both have champions they want, are comfortable on, and in matchups you don't think are too bad either way. So we'll see who it goes to, but Akuma looking to become your SFL champions.
Going to be another priority lane again, I think. Bot and top, really both mid laners going to be pretty safe. I mean, Xerath should be gankable, but he does have really long range to be able to position safely, and Rek'Sai can kind of guard him a little bit because I think that they'll have a pretty close 2v2 in the early game. Neither Xerath nor Azir has that much real kill threat on their own until level 6 at least. Xerath having the heal might kind of keep him safe too. We'll see how the jungler's position. I think that's going to matter a lot where they put their focus, like every game.
Yeah, slight TP advantage here. 18k had that extra TP, so good for them. But Rek'Sai, was pretty impactful last game, so we'll see if some carry can replicate that performance, get aggressive, make some plays happen. He's got a lot of gank set up, stuns in every lane. That's always nice as a jungler. And maybe he'll go James. This will be his pop-off game on the Vayne. We'll see here. Getting ready for game number 4. We'll be back in just a minute for that here. Akuma Blades looking to close it out here, up 2-1 over 18k. On match point, can they do it? Well, we'll find out in just a couple minutes here, going into game number 4. All right, everyone, welcome back. Game number 4 here. This could be our last game of the series. 18K on the brink of defeat. And Akuma Blades looking to close it out here. We've got some interesting, champion picks up with the Vayne, the Xerath. Don't see these guys too often, at the moment anyway. Vayne has had her time in the spotlights in the past, but right now not at the highest, points in her history. But still has the potential to pop off. If you do get 2 times, you get to play the Ruin King, Range Blade. You can do some crazy, crazy things with that champion. So we'll see if this Vayne is up to the task.
Smartly goes the Doran Shield in this matchup. There's going to be a lot of poke coming from Nami and MF as well, so should be able to hopefully survive that. Renekton's going to get a little bit of cheese damage off in the top lane, it looks like. If he starts W, he could insta-get press the attack. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he did like 150 damage for free.
That's never bad.
Actually 200.
Like
he
to
lost
see
1
that.
CS for that. Close enough to free.
It's free just like my solo queue games.
That's what we like to hear. We win those.
Free just like TSM.
Free SM.
Free just like NA.
Man, I hope TSM doesn't do as bad as everyone thinks. But anyway.
Did you hear about the leaks? With their they had like their player sort of evaluation sheets that were leaked.
No.
Yeah, you could check out. There's a couple of podcasts about it. But yeah, you could check it out. They leaked. There was a leak on that, so it's kind of funny how they evaluated their players.
Okay.
But it doesn't bode well, I think, is what I'm getting at here. I don't think they're
on
gonna
the
do well.
dive. I usually listen to the dive and.
No, it was on the I Will Dominate and Loco Doco's podcast. That one they were talking about it. But actually getting into this game here, nothing major's happened right now. A few Klepto procs, a slight CS advantage in the top lane for Salted Tangerine, although that's just the wave pushing in here. The junglers are, sort of moving around each other both on the top side right now. We might get a fight. It looks like we will.
Yeah,
Rek'Sai going in.
He should. Alright, smited. He's probably going to be able to live because that's smite health. If Renekton's able to rotate, they probably could kill him with the Sejuani stun and Renekton stun and Sejuani Q, but I'm gonna opt not to go for that. Yeah, Rek'Sai just chasing him out. This is another thing with Rek'Sai jungle. I mean, you gotta respect him because he basically can kill any jungler in your own jungle if you're not someone who can duel him.
Had that level advantage too, was up a level 3 as opposed to Sejuani's level 2 at the time. And Sejuani will just have to give it the camps. Gonna venture over to his side of the map. So the Rek'Sai though may give up a few camps, in her bot side. And it looks like Swoogie already on that blue buff. So saw that the Rek'Sai didn't have the buff, knew it was up, and gonna try and steal it. But now fighting the bot lane.
Vayne gets the third proc. Misfortune didn't even heal. She did heal now, but this might be a double kill. Okay, she does get the vision. Okay, she should be able to pick up the kill. Does condemn him, not into a wall though. She's not gonna be fast enough. She has flash. It's up to this hook. Just came off cooldown. Should be a dead Nautilus. Good, Sejuani in the right place, right time. Misfortune's gonna really enjoy that extra gold.
Very nicely done here. Double kill for the Misfortune. The Vayne gets a kill, but certainly not the trade you were hoping for. And the Sejuani comes from that bot lane. I mean, honestly, they should know the Sejuani's bot lane. The Rek'Sai just pushed her out of her jungle on the top side of the map. That's the only place she can go is bot side of the map. Now, maybe she won't gank you, and that's the hope, I think, maybe in their heads. Or maybe they just weren't thinking about it. But that's the only place on the map she's going to be. Like, you have to respect the Sejuani is there. You have no one to help you. You can't fight a 2v2 then. Just a straight-up mistake there that time for rematch and Legoat James, I think.
Sejuani had 3 options. She could invade the enemy jungle on that side. She could go to her other jungle or recall and then go to gank or jungle. In any of those cases, there was a pretty high probability she was there. So they weren't thinking ahead in that regard. But again, we have OBS view. It's a lot easier for us to tell. But I agree. It was a bit of a brain fart not thinking she would be there.
It's not the end of the world, though. They did get at least a kill of their own. This time, the Misfortune going for the Lethality build, though, and the Dark Harvest. So Lumi going to get aggressive here. Already got this rated Dirk, and, of course, a couple of the Dark Harvest procs from that earlier fight. But now some
Love
carry.
to see it.
Looking for that lane gank in the bot side.
Love to see it. That's the way I build Misfortune. Lethality. Hopefully we can see a bounce queue on screen so everyone can see it. Because it hurts a lot, even at this early in the game. But yeah, like you said, some carry might be looking for something here. They're trying to bait, and the wave is going to push, but he's going to have to be pretty patient here. And Misfortune and Nami playing it pretty safe. Lumi feels like someone might be there. He's going to venture close enough. Rek'Sai has flash. Misfortune doesn't. This should be a dead Misfortune. Maybe a dead Nami too. Accidentally presses E the wrong way. Still might escape. Oh, doesn't. Oh, Vayne flashes in for the finish. It's going to mean her death for sure. Rek'Sai comes at 100 miles per hour with the flash E. Hook lands into Sejuani. She should be totally fine. Gonna end up being a 1-for-2. Xerath does ult. Kennen does teleport. Azir might get a plate in the mid lane. They could transfer this pressure to get the dragon. We'll see what they do here. Might not actually. Sejuani's pretty healthy. Yeah, just gets a plate in the mid lane, and not the worst trade overall. Just one death for one plate. A little bit in AKM's favor, of course.
That's certainly nice. The Vayne as well. She's got 2 kills now. Like, I think you're sitting in a decent spot there. Already got that Cutlass working towards that Blade of the Ruined King completion. So she's in a decent spot after, you know, losing that 2v2. Well, almost 2v2 that turned into a gank. But this time around, no high pressure dragon. It's going to be a Cloud Dragon, so not that big a deal here. So, you know, people continue to make plays on the map and not worry about taking the dragon after. It seems like it's just a secondary thought. You pick it up if you can, but you never really put priority on it at this stage in the game. It's more about the plates right now.
Yeah, you're not going to risk losing too many plates for a dragon play, or pressure on the map for a dragon play. If you can get it, great. I mean, it feels kind of good, especially I would say a little bit more for 18k. Misfortune runs super fast. If you just add on that movement speed, it actually matters a lot for her, but it's not going to make her do more damage. She still is going to be in the right place at the right time if she plays it right. So otherwise, not that impactful. Top side is a huge wave building up. Sejuani's on that side, but too low to probably do anything about it. It looks like she's still sitting there. Maybe she does have her ultimate, so that's going to be half of her contribution to the fight. Yeah, Kennen knows that someone could be up here.
Gonna play it smart. Salted Tangerine. 53 to 28 CS. Sure, the Rek'Sai got a kill, but that CS makes up for it right now. He's actually up 300 gold because they Klepto as well. So it's also Tangerine in the lead in the top lane right now.
Yeah, a lot of that lead was facilitated really by the teams because Renekton had to teleport bot to clean that up. I mean, so did Kennen, but Kennen just instantly rotates to top and collects a lot of CS there too. Before the wave crashed in his favor there. I don't know if we probably didn't see that on screen, but it's at least 10 CS in the favor. Of course, the range matchup gives him that advantage. He's also putting Renekton to a dangerously low amount of health here. He has Fury, but he can. Azir's rotating, and he knows it. Quick pickup of the dragon, nothing too crazy. Just the air drake, like we said before. Wave gonna crash. Vayne will lose a little bit of CS here, likely, but not the end of the world. Oh, not even. This CS lead is going to grow in the top lane. I mean, Renekton has to back. He was super low. Kennen pushes this in. This is 6 minions going to crash in, and then the next wave is going to be pretty much even. It's exactly what Kennen wants.
For sure. The Xerath getting the blue buff as well. Nicely done. Fluke going to grab that one, so feels pretty good to be a mid laner on Akuma Blades, I guess.
Yeah, must feel nice.
No accidental. I'm putting air quotes on that one. Steal this time as well. So we're gonna grab that here. The Vayne, I believe, has gold for a completed item there of the Blade of the Ruined King. I believe that Misfortune should have completed gold as well, relatively soon anyway. Not quite yet, but they will have their first items on back.
I'm not sure 18k knows where Rek'Sai is. I don't think they do at this point, but I would really like to see them play more aggressive bot lane, provided they don't get all in. And Sejuani's even there. Provided they don't get all in, I mean, they just out-sustain hard with Nami, and probably out-trade in damage. It just, if Norlis doesn't land his hook on one of them, they hard win trades, in my opinion. And should be forcing them. Top lane, though, dives onto the Renekton. Xerath throwing hoops from downtown, helping finish up that kill.
The right of the arcane comes in, but Fluke now in trouble from Char Sensei.
Able to get some damage off, but Fluke plays that very well. Gets the stun off, gets a full combo. Rek'Sai gonna just go for this Rift Herald, but yeah, I mean, well played by Xerath, especially. We have good scaling on both mid laners, so it's gonna be some pretty spicy mid game fights, I feel.
Gonna be the Luden's Echo first build as well from Char Sensei. Went for the lethal tempo and now grabbing the Luden's Echo. So has some attack speed, but also that AP and that mana from Luden's Echo this time around. So
yeah, a little bit of a mix. Rather than going like full bursty with the Comet or full damage with like a Nashor, full DPS with like a Nashor, he's going for something a little bit in between.
Assume we'll get that Nashor second, I would imagine. We'll see though, as some
might
carry
be
onto him.
He does have flash. He ults, but Rek'Sai can just ult him. He's dead. He flashes, but he's... Maybe Sejuani can pick this up? Oh, heal from Xerath. Super important that he had heal there. Basically means it's impossible for Sejuani to finish it. I mean, Renekton comes over, but all it really matters is he's going to lose a plate probably and a bunch of CS. Okay, so not a plate, but still a good amount of CS was lost. Just a lot of rotational advantages for AKM. I mean, they're only up by 2 kills, but they're up by a lot more gold than that. Oh, ultimate coming down. Wasn't able to channel ult, flashes away. Ult, Vayne flashes away. We have 2 teleports coming in. Oh, Miss Fortune wasn't able to heal in time. She still has it. Maybe she can heal now. She does. Manages to bait him in. Oh, she gets the stun onto Vayne. Renekton does, but it's not enough. Chasing on the Kennen. Kennen wants to kill MF. He should be able to. Maybe not. Oh, looks like it was a little greedy there. Vayne is able to escape with her life.
And
Good
because
fight
this
from
rotation,
18K.
Char Sensei Swoogie come down. This should mean several plates off the bot lane turret here, despite Illumi being low. They should be able to stay, grab at least 2, maybe 3 turret platings. Although Red of the Arcane does come down, he's actually in trouble. That's Swoogie going on to him.
Smart from Suwuki. Keeps the wave safe, so they're able to collect that plate with no real problems.
And they grab the 2 turret platings, but in the top side, first turret gonna be taken here by some carry alongside that Rift Herald that's still charging down at the top lane here. Jung Tao is back, but it's gonna get another charge here on the inner turret. Overall, I think a positive play for 18K, but Akuma gets something back.
Yeah, certainly. Azir has to ult them away, but I think he just stayed too long. I didn't see exactly what happened there, but when I looked, he was low health in the brush and getting attacked and pressed Azar. Unfortunately, that might mean a Drake here.
And I think I say a positive overall for 18K because they were struggling before this. They're still struggling right now, but at least they get something back because that Rift Herald could have done a lot more damage. It only gets the turret, you know, 1 turret there, not the second one. And the dragon, it's an ocean. You know, they've been smiled on by the RNG gods here with these dragon spawns this time around after a couple bad ones in the previous game. So 18K, you know, the RNG gave me a little bit more of a chance here in this 4th game and maybe the final game if it continues to go this way, because right now there's a 5,000 gold lead here for Akuma Blades with the scaling they have, the Vayne in the late game as opposed to Miss Fortune. Well, I know who I to take every time.
Yeah, certainly the Vayne stronger with the scaling. Miss Fortune does have, I think, a little bit easier of a time if her team's the one engaging and no one can reach her. That's a lot of ifs, I understand. But like, if she can get a good ultimate off, she can be very impactful. Vayne, though, can play pretty safe until she has to actually dish out her damage. Like, she has...
But Salty Tangerine in trouble. Gonna find the double stun here in a Jungtown. Swoogie will get out with the Lightning Rush. But
saves his flash.
Yeah, had to, you know, trade ultimates there. It's certainly good because you use this Sejuani's time, but well done by him.
Lane, though. Misses the hook, but face checks the brush still, and she's gonna die before she can do anything.
Oh, the condemn misses though. Tunes with a later on King Slow. He'll go down. Double kill for the Goat James. This is the Vayne pop-off game. 6 kills for him. And rematch, well, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's the hook or not, I guess. Vayne's just going to kill everyone anyway.
Yeah. The hook went just between them with such a big hook. It was like kind of funny seeing it go between both members, but either way, I mean, Misfortune was way too close. Once you're in auto attack range of Nautilus, you're pretty much done for, like, in this matchup. Not to mention the ultimate will hit you even if you flash away, no matter what you do. Not looking good in the mid lane. Rek'Sai's crashing in on Sejuani, maybe? No. Respects the fact that she's super tanky and under the turret. But now they have 4 members here. Might do a siege onto mid lane. It's the power of Xerath. He can wave clear super fast. They can siege really well. People can't really... He has a huge zone of influence compared to most other champions.
Some carry going in, flashes onto Illumi. Gonna find the kill there with the bite in the butt. Some carry finding the solo kill, his second of the game, and that Misfortune that's supposed to be powerful at 15, 16 minutes in the game, well, she just got solo killed by the Rek'Sai, is down 3 kills to the enemy lane opponent, which is a Vayne. That does not bode well at all here. Akuma want to finish this series now. They don't want a game 5, don't want it to be in doubt. They want to end this game and end this series before they even have a chance of losing here. 18k, they have the Azir, but he's 0-3 right now. This Misfortune, she's already, it seems like, outscaled as Rage Blade is soon to be completed by this Vayne here. I mean, I don't feel very confident right now if I'm an 18k fan.
Yeah, I mean, a Misfortune specific thing here, given how the game is going, I actually would have liked to see her go Black Cleaver second. I see it a lot in solo queue, like, for lethality builds, because it's still, while you're not going to have as much lethality, given the fact that she's getting killed like pretty quickly, the extra A, cooldown reduction on her ultimate, and B, health just to survive, I think might be more valuable than just raw damage. We'll see how it goes. I mean, she may be able to pop off and get some kills with her ultimate, but like, Sejuani might be able to crash on bot side. She's looking for this Xerath, but the bot lane's too far behind, opts not to go for it.
Well, we don't have any neutral objectives at the moment. Still another 2 minutes on the Baron and the Dragon here. But Akuma are continuing to pressure the map here. 18 minutes in, they have a roughly, well, a little bit under an 8,000 gold lead here. As Jungtao going in topside.
Cannon throws his ultimate up. Sejuani seems to have missed the ultimate. It looked like it connected, but I guess it didn't. It's just Kennen ulting at the same time. Nautilus Assault's gonna cleanly disengage.
Yeah, great disengage there by Rematch. Some carry as well, able to save their top laner. Had to use the flash, but he gets out okay, and that's what's important there. You can see lots of shutdowns on them. The Kennen doesn't have one on his head. Lots of shutdowns on many of the members here of Akuma.
The Sun Turret gonna have a little bit of defensive pressure here in the mid lane. What I would like to see is someone rotating top, since this turret can go down anyway. It looks like Kennen's gonna just clear vision as it is, and they'll get away with just a vision loss. But Misfortune cannot be the one fighting this Xerath. She gets caught by one more, she's dead.
Oh, Fluke with the snipe.
Renekton's behind her, but Rek'Sai's right here. It's probably gonna be a dead Renekton, unless he can escape here. No, he's dead. Meanwhile, on the top side, Sejuani throws her ult. Doesn't have the ult. Azir, though, picks up. Oh, one more auto onto Kennen. He's trying to finish off Nautilus. Isn't able to. Almost looked like it could have went really well for Azir. He gets 1 kill. Kennen barely surviving, but now having the pressure to push that. Things are looking grim for 18k.
Yeah, this is looking bad here. Fluke able to take out the inner turret in the bot lane. Rematch and Assaulted. Tangerine do the same in the top side. And right now, some carry doing the same thing in the mid lane. I mean, things are not going well. When all your inners are down at 20 minutes, that is really bad in any situation. Even if you're the scaling team, that's bad. And this time around, they're not. They have an Azir, but that's really it. The Renekton, the Misfortune falls off really hard. And Akuma, they have the Xerath, the Vayne here, and they have the death cap. They have the Rage Blade. They have all the damage in the world right now. Akuma are just going to destroy their
Going
opponents.
for Vayne. Hits
Yep.
it on Vayne. She has
Gets
no way
caught.
of stopping this. She might be dead. Good
Okay.
pickup. Very important there.
Well, that's
And
how you
Misfortune
lose a
gets
game.
the gold.
Vayne pushes out with no one else on her team on the map and punish by 18k there. So Woogie finds the ultimate over the wall here. No Yanko's ultimate this time around.
Trying to
Finds...
burn the dragon. Looks like they're going to be able to. 18k closing in, but they're not going to be there in time. Can they catch them on the escape, though? No Sejuani ultimate. Looks like they're going to catch Kennen. Shurima shovels him away during the ultimate. Might have been the right decision there. Because they both live, and Kennen still dies.
Yep, well done. They find the catch onto Salted Tangerine there. It's nice, but they lose the dragon. And they don't get much else off it. They're not going to take any objectives off the back of this here. Maybe Azir will grab the outer in the bot lane. But right now, everyone else is being pushed back.
Dominus. Popped. Xerath ult. One more. Able to dodge them all.
Able to dodge out there, but now Baron has spawned. Double Ocean right now in the pocket of Akuma, so they have plenty of sustain if they want to go, bait the Baron here, start it up, and then back off. They've got lifesteal as well on the Vayne here, so it should be pretty easy for them to play around this objective, and they're going to start it up here. 22 minutes in. They're up 9,000 gold here. They want to take this Baron. They want to end the game. They want to end the series and become your SFL champions.
Sejuani smells this. Gonna drop a ward. She's in range for this. This could be game-changing. They're not even gonna risk the play for play. Sejuani's in there. Gets the Baron for AKM. Good ultimate by Misfortune. Being able to just sidestep it. Xerath throws out the stun, misses Misfortune. They might be able to clean up here.
Yep, some carry should get out,
Xerath
but Fluke
flashes away.
unlikely to survive.
Flash follow. Ultimate follow. Only Rek'Sai survives that entire play.
But they do preserve the Baron buff. Not how you wanted it to go if you were Akuma, but they preserve the Baron buff on at least one member. 18k gonna grab the outer turret. Definitely good for 18k. That was a great play from them. The Azir comes up with a double kill. A nice play by Char Sensei to grab the Vayne in the back line there. They get a ton of shutdowns off the back of this. An inner turret as well. 18k certainly happy with that play. A Baron buff still available, so that does mean that maybe, Akuma can get something off of this and try and get a big play off the Baron, but we'll have to see.
They still might be able to. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Akuma might have made the wrong decision by not opting for the 50-50 there. I mean, obviously they don't want to... good ultimate by Azir, but he gets the ult back onto him. We'll see. Oh, he's able to kill him. Incredibly strong Rek'Sai.
Yep, gets the rebuff as well that the Azir just stole, so Char Sensei donates that rebuff over to some carry. Buff transfer complete. That Vayne with Rage Blade now almost on that first deal item rather, and with this big pickoff that they just got and the Baron buff still on some carry, Akuma could break open the base.
We're gonna have action mid, and ultimate from Xerath just to start, but I don't know if I would have done that. An ultimate to wave clear from Misfortune still leaves that up. I'm not sure that was the right decision. I mean, they need to relieve pressure, and I guess Azir is coming up. Misfortune's gonna heal up, and they're gonna have to fight on this wave. Unfortunately, a Baron wave. At least only one member has the actual buff and gets the enhanced stats, but we'll see. Yeah, smartly pushing the bot wave in too, keeping their focus split. If they had another Baron buff, this could be pretty much an impossible decision for 18k to make.
Zhonya's is available on Salted Tangerine. Stopwatch on Swoogie. Important to keep those in mind. Lego James has Flash. Illumi does not. Char Sensei does. So a flash to keep in mind. Salted Tangerine as well as Flash. So some key flashes are up for both sides, but key flashes down as well. But the Zonies and Stopwatch there in the inventories of Salted Tangerine and Swoogie, crucial as well. So keep an eye out on those and see how they're used in a team fight.
Misfortune ultimate's almost up too. 10 more seconds.
Have a relatively long cooldown now, but a good wave clear so far. The inhibitor is getting very, very low in this mid lane. The bot lane trying to be pressured by some carry here as he still has that Baron buff working against Char Sensei, but he's a ranged champion. Like, he can't really walk up and hit those towers. It's just the minions.
Yeah, it shouldn't have too much longer on the Baron buff.
Just another minute or two here, but the poke from Xerath is starting to add up. There, you know, Akuma are ones with the oceans. Here comes the engage, though.
Good zoning ultimate, but Kennen just deletes the backline. Ultimate on Tanami. She's definitely going to go down here. Xerath has easy follow-up. Vayne flashes follow. Azir's the only one standing. He does get the kill. And the Sun Disc turret. That might be saving the game, actually, that Sun turret.
Gonna delay at least for another wave here. But this should break the turret, and with it, the inhibitor turret. Akuma are on it. Char Sensei stunned!
No, the stun hits. Ooh, an hourglass. Or stopwatch to stop it from finishing him off. This might mean... Okay, Misfortune is up. She's not going to have her ultimate.
Yeah, Misfortune's up. She should be able to come out and stop them from taking a second inhibitor turret. Although... they're staying around here. Rematch can get the Demolish proc, but the turret should survive. Jungtao is here alongside Illumi, so Rematch, he might die. This is actually a little bit over-aggressive from him. Vayne is coming out to help out. Jungtao flashes forward.
Not sure that was the right decision. He already used his stun, even if he flashes forward. I think he was trying to block the hook so that the hook hit him instead of the terrain, which was a good idea, but he was just a hair late, and it's going to be a wasted flash, which is going to be very pivotal in this next team fight. They need every advantage they can get, and that just unfortunately didn't work out for him.
So the game will go on here. 27 minutes in. The goal lead still 9,000 around for the side of Akuma Blades. I mean, this game feels like a hard comeback for 18K, but they do have those incredibly impactful teamfight ultimates, right? From the Azir, from the Misfortune. Even the Nami can do something huge with her wave. So we'll see if they can do something big here. Misfortune did complete her third item, the Phantom Dancer. She's got 50% crit plus that Dustblade proc here. The Vayne, she's on Rage Blade, Blade of the Rune King, and a BF Sword and Phantom Dancer. So she is very strong as well, but she is very low range. She has to get in pretty close to do her damage. So, you know, keeping an eye on the Goat James where he's in the team fight is crucial. He could get jumped on by someone and just die, and then a lot of their resist damage is gone in this team fight here. So Akuma have to, you know, keep Vayne safe as well as, you know, find ways to get that that little Yordle into the backline. Salted Tangerine does not have flash for these team fights. Does have Zonia's, but no flash is crucial. So
yeah, Xerath's positioning so far has been stellar, and if he keeps it up, I mean, he's just dishing out a ton of damage from a very safe location. He only has one death the entire game as like a really squishy champion.
Oh, but here it fight in the jungle.
Money caught out. Misfortune ult doesn't really hit anything. It hits a little bit of Rek'Sai. Vayne does get chunked out by Azir. We'll see. I mean, if they can't win this 4v4, it's probably going to mean the game.
But here's the hook. Illumi flash over the wall, but he's going to get shut down. The Goat James still alive somehow in the backline. Toon's going to fall. Salted Tangerine flashes in, but the fight is over. Akuma have won the fight. They've won the game. They won the series. Akuma Blades are going to be your SFL champions for season number 3.
Yeah, they get to march down mid lane, take down those Nexus turrets, and finally the Nexus. Very well fought by them. Definitely deserved. They showed to be a very strong team today. Good game. Congratulations, Akuma.
GG, well played. Akuma Blades take the SFL Season 3 Finals in 4 games with a score of 3-1. Well done by Akuma Blades. Well played to both sides here. But Akuma Blades are going to be your champions. 18K, your runners up. Beautifully played by both teams. But in the end, there can only be one winner. Akuma Blades take the victory here. And not the finals I was expecting, honestly, at the beginning of the season here. But it proved to be a great one. Akuma Blades and ADK definitely deserved to be in these finals here, and Akuma Blades definitely deserved to win it. You know, this series. I think they played steadily throughout all the games and come out with some really interesting picks as well. They showed the depth of their champion pools at the end there. Really well done, and congratulations to Akuma Blades. And you know, a well-deserved place for ATK in the runner-up position. They did a great job during the regular season and the playoffs. But unfortunately, again, there can only be one winner, and this time it's Akuma Blades. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate having a second caster here. So I'm really glad you decided to come and give the Sugar Free League a try here, ageking. So I appreciate you coming and helping us out.
Yeah, man, you're very welcome. I had a lot of fun. It was some good matches. Hopefully I can do this some more in the future. I'm probably gonna go stream some solo queue now. But it was really fun. Best of luck to teams in the future leagues, and hopefully I'll be around a good bit more.
All right. It looks like I was gonna maybe do an interview with these guys, but I think they've already left. Yeah, Akuma Blades have already left their voice chat, so maybe we won't
Gotcha.
go do an interview. I don't know. Are they still sticking around? If you're still sticking around and you can hear this, message me on Discord and we'll get an interview for you guys. But before we do that, a few closing remarks. Want to thank everyone for tuning in for the stream. I think we've had one of our highest viewer counts, and I really appreciate you guys coming and tuning in to Sugar Free League. I think we are gonna have. Okay, we'll do an interview. Because they're still sticking around here. But thanks to Fallen and everyone who runs the Sugar Free League. You guys are great. Trevor, I don't know. I'm not gonna name all you guys, but thank you. Thanks to the teams, of course, for playing. It's been wonderful watching you guys, and thanks for letting me cast it. Again, thanks to ageking. I already said it, but we'll do that. And now we're gonna get the interview here with your Sugar Free League champions. Let's see. Let's see if we can organize this. Okay, they want to do the interview. Okay, we're gonna get this all set up. We'll be back in like 30 seconds with the interview, you guys. So stay tuned, and we'll get this all sorted out. All right, we are back here with the SFL champions Akuma Blades team interview. They were saying a few things. Would you like to say anything before we get started with the interview? Anything good to say after your big win?
Chi?
Unfortunately, our team captain Miko, she will not be joining us. She had to go out to celebrate the win with her boyfriend. But I would like to say, shout out to SFL, shout out to everyone on my team, and obviously shout out to 18K for putting up a great game with us for the finals. I like to say thank you to Twitch chat, and yeah,
Shout out to Fallen.
shout out to Fallen, shout out to everyone. Thank you so much.
Pizza Chan?
And Pizza Chan.
Role model.
Hey.
Idols.
All right,
Oh.
so with those remarks, what's your guys' favorite moment from the SFL season this year? The finals, or did you have a defining moment? Maybe something.
Yo, one time
someone
I
said
was
earlier.
fucking a girl and I went.
What?
She was in a wheelchair and I went wrong.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're gonna get banned from Twitch real quick.
Oh no.
Real quick to answer your question, right? Thank you. The most defining moment would have to be the very first game when we all got together, like the very first match we ever played together. We didn't know what was going on, like we didn't know how we all worked together. and we somehow just had a solo queue game and it all worked out. We all had fun. I still remember that time. We were all screaming and yelling at each other, getting hyped over absolutely nothing too. Or maybe that's just me because I'm a spaz.
Let me ask you, how good is your support Thresh considering he's target banned every game?
My support Thresh. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have not played Thresh, and like
I think
2 months.
he played Thresh only against Infernal, and that was one game. And that
Damn.
was it.
Did you pop off so hard that it scared the rest of the league to ban it against you?
No,
Or
I'm
at
pretty
least-
sure that one game I inted.
Okay,
Me too.
there you go.
All right. Anybody else have anything to say about their favorite moment this season, or are we just gonna let rematches word stand?
Well, just wanted to shout out to Alive and Toku for giving us moral support.
You
Other
guys
than
are
that-
like very wholesome and like clean. I thought there was a
Yeah.
lot more shit talking gonna be going on at this interview.
No, we don't do
No,
that.
we're very
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
Very humble. I mean, what else would you expect from the Akuma Blades, the SFL champions? I mean, they're just that type of team. They're just super classy organization.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I want to give another shout out to Tranquil. He gave us all the skins. So-
Hey, Baskin.
Sugar Daddy.
Yeah, are you guys got paid?
It paid
Very
to
true,
win
very true.
all the legendary skins.
Well, Tranquil, shout out to him, I guess. I think he's in the chat. There he is. He's in the chat. So I asked you guys what your favorite moment was during the season. Did you guys have sort of like a time in the season where you thought things weren't going to work out, or like a low moment where your team's like a game maybe you thought, hey, this isn't going to work out, or you were just kind of doubting yourselves, or were you guys confident the entire time?
I think when we received like one of their biggest losses, like we just got stomped. I think 2-0. That was when it was like, oh wait, this
Against
It's not
Wildfire.
yeah.
Hmm.
We were obviously we're getting off like a few wins and like losses come here and then, but then that one was just like the biggest reality check for us. It was like, holy shit, wait, we can't stop fooling, or we can't actually fool around. And then that one's like morals were down.
And then we found out they were smurfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found out they're smurfing,
So
so.
we found out they were smurfing.
And after
No
that
blame,
week,
no blame.
I think we just like went on a win streak and haven't lost until this game.
Well, that's a good way to do it, huh? You're like, oh, we lost to Smurfs. Well, okay, we could win every other game then. That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, we
Uh,
only lose to Smurfs.
Well, that way, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not an interviewer. I don't have the cue cards, but I want to appreciate you guys for sticking around doing the interview. Open the floor up. Anything else you guys want to say before we call it a night? You know, I don't know if we have a trophy to lift here, but you know, anything else to say before we close it out?
I'd like to give a shout out to my boys at home: Scott Kwan, Ryan Mack, and Aaron Tam, E Tan, Jackie Wong, Esmond Sharif,
Yeah, that's
Mark
enough.
Daw.
That's enough. That's enough.
So many.
Calm down.
Damn.
They've been supporting me my day ones. Thank you guys. Thank you Twitch chat. Thank you SFL.
You transfer me, by the way.
Yeah, by the way.
Sorry, what? Yeah, that's it.
Anybody else have anything? I want to give you all an opportunity before we do it. That's your little reward for being the winners. No?
Anyone?
No.
It's easy being a villain, and I like it.
You guys are like the Patriots, right? Everyone
hope so.
hates you because they want to be you.
I like that.
Hate you because they ain't you. as they
Exactly.
say.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you guys for doing the interview. I appreciate it. And congratulations, obviously, on becoming the SFL
Thank you.
champions for season number 3.
Thank you for casting for us.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little closeout here, but hopefully we'll see you in the next SFL season. Do you plan to come back?
Hell yeah.
Well, that's an enthusiastic for
We can.
rematch. I don't know if the rest of the team is as enthusiastic, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
He
Most
said, "Hell
likely
yeah,
we'll
yes,
see
yeah,
the
yeah."
champions once again in season number 4. So excited to see you guys again try and defend your title. But thank you again. Have a good night and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, and with that, want to say thank you once again on behalf of myself, IamNotCoeus, ageking, and everyone else on the SFL staff. I know we appreciate you guys watching. I saw a few people in chat who I know are part of other leagues, but came and watched the Sugar Free League finals, and it's awesome to see that other people care about this league, as much as people that are in it do. It's really awesome, and thank you once again. I don't know, I've said thank you a lot, but I want to do it again, just so everyone knows. But again, Sugar Free League gonna come back for season number 4 in a couple weeks, so stick around for that. Hopefully I'll be around. We'll see. We'll see if I get get that dirty esports money. Who knows? But I should be around for season number 4, so we'll get a couple more games in. But thank you again. You can find me, IamNotCoeus, IamNotCoeus, Twitch and YouTube. You can search it there, or just do twitch.tv/IamNotCoeus. You can see it, and would appreciate the support. But thank you again. Congratulations to Akuma Blades, 18K. You put up a great fight as well. You definitely deserve to be here. And, of course, all the teams are playing, everyone involved. Thank you, and have a good night.